other very much, and with that in mind, we're going to take you now to this week's edition of Carly's Corner as she talks about the importance and the history of rivalries in general and this particular rivalry here in Grapevine and Colleyville. This segment is brought to you by our friends at Mintier Real Estate Team.
Rail Rivalry. This week is special. It's been on the calendar for 365 days since the last time these two teams met. Records don't mean a thing because this is the Rail Rivalry, the annual battle between the Grapevine Mustangs and Colleyville Heritage Panthers. Both teams play as tough as they will all season because there is more at stake than victory. It's about buddies that grew up together and had to split up after middle school, then going head-to-head in the trenches. In a lot of cases, it's just about the pride of being able to smile differently to your neighbor.
To me, it's pretty significant because I'm a Grapevine High School alumni, and I absolutely love Grapevine High School, but I've had two boys at Colleyville, and I have a junior there now. So to me, it represents community and family. One day of the year, we're rivals. The rest of the time, we go to school together, we shop together, we go to church together. So it's a pretty significant thing for the community.
That's amazing. Okay, so what does the Rail Rivalry mean to you?
I mean, for me, it's just a great chance for us to, play our neighbors, and it's just so much passion, and these kids have gone to school together for their whole lives, and this is just the culmination of it. Every year of battling it out and playing against the crosstown rivals, and it's what Friday night life is supposed to be. So it's great.
Yeah, I think Red Rail Rivalry is just something that is, if you play football in the state of Texas, this is it. You come out here, you tailgate, you get ready, you eat fajitas or whatever it is, and you get ready for Friday night, man. That stadium is going to be sold out, over 10,500 people.
It is sold out.
Yeah, 10,500 people.
Rail Rivalry means
It means these two great communities coming together and families like from both Grapevine and Colleyville having a great week together. And
In the backfield. Snap is back. They give it to Watkins, and he's going to have that first down, and he breaks free inside the 10, the 5, and he walks it into the corral. Reed Watkins showing power. The senior breaks through 2 or 3 tackles and takes it to the house from 24 yards.
One thing is for certain. The Rail Rivalry has it all. Excitement, skills, competitiveness at the highest level. And most of all, being able to remember after the game that it is GCISD after all. And regardless of the outcome, Mustangs and Panthers are always united by that common bond. Tonight, though, we've got one thing to say.
1, 2, 3, go
Right, he's going to be stopped short, and it's into the end zone for the touchdown. Welcome back here. Thank you very much, Carly. Well done on that segment tonight. That was this week's edition of Carly's Corner. And right now you're seeing the Mustang walk as they come through the stands before they go back behind band. That brought to you by our friends at Mesa Mexican Cuisine. And, of course, this matchup tonight between these two crosstown rivals, this is going to be a huge test on both sides of the ball for the Mustangs, Mitch, especially for this Mustang defense, which has played very well this season, but they're facing a very high-powered offense tonight.
Well, they have, and this Mustangs defense has made their name this year on getting into the backfield, on affecting what the opposing offense is trying to do, especially on the ground. Tackles for loss, sacks have been their game, but this is a much different test. This is a big physical offensive line that they're going to face from Colleyville Heritage. It's a multiple offense. We'll talk about that in a second. They can hurt you through the air and on the ground. Grapevine's going to have to certainly be on their best behavior tonight if they want to win this rivalry game.
Yeah, and defensively it's going to start by trying to contain the starting quarterback for the Heritage Panthers, Luke Ulrich. who has moved from wide receiver to quarterback this year, and he brings a different dimension this year to the offense. He brings a very good athleticism and running ability that allows that run game to be extremely effective because he can get loose with his legs as well as being efficient with his arms.
Yeah, he can hurt you both ways. He's got 570 yards passing this season, but he's also the team's leading rusher with over 300 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground. You mentioned a converted wide receiver from the first couple of years that he's been at this varsity level, so he can hurt you on the ground, and that's something that Grapevine is going to have to keep in mind while also realizing that Colleyville has a number of very talented wide receivers.
Oh, 100%. And, that starts with number 10, or number 8, Braden Blewett, number 10, Kai Pruitt. They're hoping that Blewett is back tonight from injury, but Kai Pruitt has been a threat this year. 14 catches, 288 yards, 4 touchdowns through the air. He has been the primary target, but they do like to spread the ball around, not only through the air but also on the ground. The two running backs for this team, the senior number 3, Ryan Kelleher, and the sophomore, number 33, Colin Bennett, will both get a number of carries, but they also use the wide receivers in the run game.
They do. I mean, this team can throw a multitude of different looks at you, and just because you think one player is going to get the ball does not mean that's the case necessarily. There's not a typical bell cow nature to this offense. It all runs through Ulrich, and he gets to distribute it as he sees fit. Grapevine's linebackers, I think, are going to be tested tonight. They're going to have to be sharp with their reads, and this is going to have to be a team effort if the Mustangs are going to win this.
The captains are now on the field, about to go out to midfield for the coin toss. Tonight for Colleyville Heritage, their captains are number 4, Ty Golden. I believe we have, I'm there in a seam there in the, in the window. I believe that is number 78, Tristan Rodriguez, the offensive lineman. We have number 1, Luke Ulrich, of course, and number 20 for Heritage, Bryson Burgess, the junior defensive back. For the Mustangs, at captain tonight, number 2, Darius Burns, the wide receiver. You have number 9, Brady Boozer, one of the starting safeties. The other starting safety, number 1, Bryson Davis. And at the other captain tonight, the senior, Brady Wagner, number 22. For the Mustangs defensively, now the Mustangs are a run-based offense that, they will try and get things going on the run game with kind of this triple option attack that Coach DeBest likes to run. And they do face tonight a defense that plays a little more straight up than most teams you see in Central Texas these days. Heritage will kind of occasionally go into a nickel, but they're going to run a 4-3 defense at you most of the night.
Well, and they want their linebackers to get involved, right? Whether it's Darian Lloyd, Madden Williams, Dax Gibeson, across that linebacking core. They've got physical guys, and that's how they play this brand of defense. They want to stop the run. They want to smash you in the mouth. Grapevine's going to have to get creative with not only how they decide to run the ball, the directions they decide, but a lot's going to be on that offensive line as well. You're going to have to win the battle of the line of scrimmage, let your playmakers make the linebackers miss, and pick up the first downs.
And one of the things we saw last week finally was we saw some explosion. The run game has been solid all year for the Mustangs. Between Demontrez Dunn and Connor Bell, but we saw some explosion last week with the return of Rondell Carradine. Brady Wagner helps not only in the blocking, but he's also going to be more involved in the passing game as this thing gets going. It makes them, it gives them a lot more variety on offense, having those two players back, and I think it also gives them a lot more home run ability.
Yeah, Carradine is as an explosive athlete as you're going to see on the field here tonight. You heard Coach DeBest talk about the benefit of having Wagner back in the lineup, not only as a playmaker, but as a blocker as well to free Carradine up. Rondell, as we talked about, just 7 touches of the football last week, but he scored 4 times. You'd better believe that the Panthers are going to have Carradine circled in red every single time he's on the field.
And right now we're going to throw it down to the field for our PA announcers. We're about to have the national anthem. Actually, we're doing a little bit of an introduction here before the anthem, so let's go ahead and give you the starters for that Grapevine offense. Starting at quarterback, obviously number 14, Harrison Hackbarth coming. Oh, we're going to go with the offensive line first. My apologies. At left tackle, the senior, number 64, Ryan Knight. Left guard is junior, number 71, Daniel Campos. The sophomore center, number 51, Ethan Rudolph. At right guard, junior, number 70, Bergen Weir. And the sophomore right tackle, number 55, Hunter Caudle, the only returning starter from last season on this offensive line. At the skill positions, at quarterback, Harrison Hackbarth, number 14. Number 4, Demontrez Dunn is one of your running backs. Number 24, Connor Bell, the other running back. Your 2 primary wide receivers on the outside would be number 10, Will Matheny, and number 2, Darius Burns. Then, of course, you have the explosion players of Brady Wagner and Rondell Carradine. We mentioned it earlier last week in his return. Rondell Carradine, who plays the slot, they'll throw it to him. They'll give it to him out of the backfield. 7 touches of the football last week. 4 of them went for touchdowns as he had a phenomenal return in his return to action from injury. And so let's go ahead while they're doing the presentation. Let's go ahead and give you the starters for that Grapevine Mustang defense when they are on the field. Up front, it is the 3-man line of Ty Hohenberger, Bradley Stanier, and Devin Thomas. Devin Thomas, of course, one of the seniors captains. Hohenberger, a junior. Bradley Stanier, also a junior. Senior middle linebacker Leighton Towery. His younger brother Cooper Towery, one of the outside linebackers. Luke Gormley is one of your other starters at linebacker. Major Hecht, number 6, will play a hybrid safety linebacker spot. Bryson Davis, patrolling center field, is your free safety. Your jack end, who provides a lot of pass rush, the sophomore, number 11, Tatum Evans. And one of your other safeties is number 9, Brady Boozer. And your 2 corners on the outside, who've shown a lot of speed this year. Number 8, Ryan Hamilton, who already has a pick 6 this year. And, of course, number 3, Darion Burns, the twin brother of Darius Burns. Those are your starters for the Mustangs on both sides of the ball. As right now we're awaiting the national anthem. We talked about these district standings in 4-5A Division II. This obviously a huge matchup, but there is another matchup going on tonight in Fort Worth ISD between the other 2 1-0 teams in this district, and that is Arlington Heights and O.D. Wyatt. Heights, a very solid football program year in, year out, taking on an O.D. Wyatt club that usually is very athletic.
They absolutely are. O.D. Wyatt, they've got Javorski Lane Jr., who's going to Texas A&M to play baseball. He's coming off a big game last week, a couple of touchdowns to his name in a 52-13 win over Southwest. Arlington Heights is the more physical team, though. They've got a massive offensive line. In a game where both starting quarterbacks are actually out with injury, you're going to see a lot more of the ground game in that. I think Heights' offensive line gives them an edge, but it should be a fun one regardless, and a very important game, as you mentioned, here in this district.
Yeah, Arlington Heights came in just not by much, but came in as the 3 seed out of this district last year. And you're right, that game against Arlington Heights here at Mustang Panther last year, that was a very hard-fought game. We had a weather delay in that one, unfortunately, last year. But I mean, that was a 1-score game going into the 4th quarter before the Mustangs pulled away. And you're right, that is a physical team, especially up front for the Heights Yellow Jackets. So this game's going to be getting going a little later than we anticipated because of whatever it is, the presentation that we have down there tonight.
A great crowd that's turned out.
Oh, yeah.
Official sellout. They were turning people away at the gates.
It's going to be an official sellout. I imagine right now the stands are filling in on the other side of the field. I expect Mustang Panther to be rocking and rolling tonight as the sun goes down and you get more of the Panther fans on the other side filling in. But this is going to be a loud crowd. It's going to be very into this game tonight. The Mustangs tonight going with their battle red, all red. Very clean look, actually, from the Mustangs. They went with the all-white last week on the road, their Stormtrooper look, which I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of that all-red look as well. Of course, the Panthers tonight in their all-road whites tonight with black numbers outlined in red. The Mustangs with white numbers outlined in blue. And I guess we're going to go out and do the coin toss.
Now, you mentioned the uniforms. Both Colleyville and Grapevine have a couple of the cleanest looks, I think, in the entire state of Texas.
They do.
And yeah, you mentioned the crowd filing in on both sides. Growing up in Grapevine, everybody looks forward to this game every single year. There is a real buzz in these two communities that border each other. You know everybody on the other sideline, and that just adds to the intensity of this rivalry. It's a fun rivalry. There's a lot of respect, but as we talked about a little bit earlier, for 4 quarters, these guys don't like each other very much.
And it made it a lot better that last year, because of realignment, they were able to get this game back being a district game, whereas the previous few years before, they were having to play it in either week 1 or week 2 as a non-district game when the teams are still kind of figuring themselves out. Now it's back, you wish it was like, an end-of-season game like a lot of rivalries are, but at least it's been able to be moved to mid-season as a district game so these two teams can kind of find themselves before they have to play.
Yeah, there's no doubt. For a rivalry game that means so much, you'd like everybody to be on their sharpest behavior. It's glad that we get this in district play this year.
The Panthers have won the toss and have elected to defer to the second half, so that means that the Mustangs will be taking the ball, I'm very sure. Didn't have our referee mic turned up that time. That's my fault, guys. Sorry about that. But the Mustangs will get to start with that offense. Last week, Harrison Hackbarth, as I mentioned, and we talked about it with Coach DeBess. As I talked about with Coach DeBess in the pregame interview, Harrison Hackbarth looked as good as he had looked all season. He was making quick decisions. His throws were on time and on point to his wide receivers. Obviously, thanks to the explosive ability of Rondell Carradine, he threw his first he threw 2 touchdowns last week, 2 of his 3 touchdowns on the season. And now we will take you down to the national anthem. Grapevine High School Choir performing the anthem tonight in the south end zone. Nice job by the Grapevine High School Choir as we are just about ready to get things underway here at Mustang Panther Stadium. Jacob Dedamore and Mitch Mason here with you, and we are happy to bring you this 2023 edition of the Red Rail Rivalry. It's a series that over the last decade and a half really has been controlled by the Heritage Panthers. They have won 10 of the last 13 coming into tonight, although Grapevine was able to kind of get over the hump and get a win last year in the game, but that was only their 3rd win in the last 13 appearances between these two teams.
Yeah, Grapevine has certainly struggled to claim victories in this series consistently. Colleyville, before last year, had won the last 5 in a row. Grapevine, typically does it with maybe the smaller team, but boy, when they have the speed, when they have the acceleration to outrun Colleyville like they did a season ago behind Parker Polk and over 300 yards on the ground, Colleyville is hard-pressed to match that. That's the game plan for Grapevine tonight, and that's what it's going to take to knock off Colleyville Heritage in this rivalry game.
It'll be the junior number 47, Ryan Zuckert, kicking things off for Heritage, back deep to receive. Our number 21, Rondell Carradine, and number 1, Bryson Davis. As we are about ready to get underway, there is a pretty solid breeze right now coming out of the south at the back of the Heritage Panthers as we get ready to kick things off. We'll see if that breeze stays with us as the sun goes down. We're just about ready to go here. The Red Rail Rivalry is underway. Nice high, deep kick. This one's going to travel into the end zone. It's muffed by Davis, picks it up on a hop, coming up the sideline, breaks tackles. He's into the open field, to the 40, to midfield, to 40, to inside the 30, trying to make the kicker miss Zuckert. Zuckert knocks him out of bounds. Davis nearly took that one 100 yards to the house. He wasn't able to get all the way around the kicker, Ryan Zuckert, who made the save there finally on the last-ditch effort and shoved Davis out of bounds. They mark him out at the 11-yard line, an 89-yard kickoff return. What a start for the Mustangs.
Incredible vision by Bryson Davis there. That's what you worry about when you have chaos on a special teams play. All the Panthers converge into the wedge, and Grapevine's able to get a couple of key blocks, and Davis does the rest.
So the Mustangs will start this opening drive at the Heritage 11-yard line. With a 1st and 10, it is DeMontrez Dunn in the pistol behind Hackbarth. 3 wide set. Carradine coming in motion into the backfield. Snap back, handoff to Dunn. Finds a hole inside the 10, down to about the 5. That'll be a gain of 6 for Dunn on 1st down. The starting defense for the Heritage Panthers. They have a 4-man front that they play. Senior number 15, Stephen Cole at one end. Senior number 6, Jacob Rapallo at the other end. Your 2 tackles, the nose guard number 98, the sophomore, Evan Nayata, and the sophomore number 88, Demarius Logan at the other defensive tackle. Your 3 linebackers, junior number 9, Madden Williams. In the middle, Dax Hebison, the sophomore number 12 at the will and at the mic. Number 38, Darian Lloyd the junior. Snap back, handoff on 2nd down. Nothing doing on that play. Maybe a yard. I think they're going to give him maybe a yard on 2nd down as Connor Bell tried to push his way through, but that defensive front of Heritage stood it up.
I think Hackbarth is going to wish he had kept that ball. There was a lot of room around the right end.
Your starting cornerbacks are number 7, Hayden West at the right corner, the sophomore, and number 23, Jaden Hall the junior at the left corner. Your 2 safeties, the rover, number 20, Bryson Burgess, the junior, and senior number 4, Ty Golden at the free safety. 3rd and 3 now for the Mustangs at the Heritage 4. We're just over a minute into the ball game. Dunn in the backfield in the pistol. They go with 2 tight ends. Snap back. Hackbarth throws the pass out, and it is it a fumble? They're calling it a fumble into the end zone and a touchback. He threw it to Hatton on a little swing pass to the far side of the field. Hatton had the 1st down as he was reaching for the goal line. The official on the far side said he fumbled it into the end zone, didn't cross the plane, and Heritage recovers it for the touchback.
They're having a discussion down on the 5-yard line, but Jacob, this would be a gut punch to the Mustangs if this is indeed a fumble. We're going to get the official call right now.
Obviously, there's no replay in high school football. And that is the official call. He said he fumbled it short of the end zone, and it goes into the end zone where I don't know if it was actually recovered or it just went out of the end zone, but either way, it's a touchback, and the Heritage Panthers get a huge break on that play as it looked like Eaton Hatton was about to score the 1st touchdown, and as he was reaching for the goal line, the ball apparently came loose.
Just a brutal development there for the Mustangs, inches away, and one of the most interesting rules in football strikes here early.
Little wide receiver screen on 1st down, and the Mustangs are all over it as Bryson Davis comes up and makes the hit on number 10, Kai Pruitt, the senior wide receiver who caught the pass. Again, the starting quarterback, number 1, Luke Ulrich, the senior, who's the leading rusher as well as the leading passer. Now we're getting a replay here from one of our end zone cams on what happened on the play to Hatton. Hatton was open. Hackbarth found him. Hatton caught it, turned it up, lowered his shoulder, and the ball came out as he was trying to reach it across the goal line and into the end zone. Looks like a good call. 2nd down, handoff, getting over the 20 to the 25, 26. That'll be a gain of 5 yards. Carry by number 17. Yeah, that's number 17, Luke Graves, the junior. And we have an injured Heritage player down. One of the linemen is down for the Panthers right now. We haven't given you their starting offensive line yet, but one of them is now down on the field. And let's go ahead and give you the rest of the starters for the offense here for the Panthers. Your two primary running backs are number 3, Ryan Kelleher, and number 33, Colin Bennett. But as we said, they will mix a number of players into this running attack. And Luke Graves, who is the holder on special teams, but he is also one of the wide receivers on this team, took the handoff on that play and got a 5-yard gain to set up 3rd and 4. The lineman that is now up and being helped off the field by the trainers.
Can't tell if it's 78 or 76.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a number myself.
76, so Tucker Perryman.
Tucker Perryman, who was in at left guard on that play. The normal starter, he's a junior. The normal starter is 58, Jaden Griffin. The rest of the starters on that offensive line at center is the junior, number 54, Eli Amerson. Your 2 starting tackles at left tackle, junior 55, Parker Leatherwood. And at right tackle, number 56, Wes Dallo-Kubik, the sophomore. The senior captain, number 78, Tristan Rodriguez, plays at right guard. Your other threats at wide receiver are number 5, Hayden Golden, the senior, number 9, Madden Williams, junior. He plays both ways on this team. And 3rd and 4, the Panthers are going to come out in a 4-wide set. Play action, Ulrich fires one to the far side, and that pass is caught right in front of the bench, and that was number 10, Kai Pruitt, the leading receiver on this team. Pruitt, 14 catches, 288 yards, and 4 touchdowns coming in. The tackle was immediate as soon as he caught the ball, but nice little job bodying off the DB and making the catch for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, great coverage by the Mustangs, bringing pressure as well. Ulrich, a nice throw to stand in the pocket and deliver that throw while taking a shot. A big first down for Colleyville there.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their own 32. It's a little over 9 minutes to go. Ulrich, little throw wide, and that one was off target. Immediate throw. Looks like he was trying to throw a hitch route to the near side of the field here. He was going for number 2, Zach Sogan, but was threw it a little too far towards the sideline for where Sogan had made his break.
Yeah, miscommunication there on the route timing.
Yeah.
Ryan Hamilton, the corner, over in coverage. Grapevine's going off coverage right now on the outside, at least here on the near field. Colleyville will march 3 receivers down to the near side.
4-wide set, snap back, another little wide receiver screen, caught, and the nice job running after the catch by number 8, Braden Blewett, the junior, who is back tonight. And he made a really nice, strong run there. Looked like he was only going to get a yard or two, but broke multiple tackles and ended up turning that into a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, and it makes it 3rd and manageable now. That was going to be a pass for maybe a yard or two. Now Grapevine's defense has to bow up, and for Colleyville, the run comes back into the equation. They've wanted to throw it out to the perimeter so far, but maybe 3rd and short, they're going to run this up the middle.
They're going to go with a 3-wide set with an H-back on this one. And this is a straight quarterback run by Ulrich. Makes a spin move. Little block in the back, and here comes the flag. Ulrich's going to get the first down, but this one's coming back. As we saw it, as Ulrich made the spin move to get to the outside, one of the linemen came in and hit, I think it was Davis. Bryson Davis just shoved him right in the back right as that play was getting outside the tackle box.
Bryson Davis was in position to make a tackle and hold Ulrich short of the first down. That's going to march Colleyville back. And now for Grapevine, this is a must-hold here. You lost the momentum with the fumble into the end zone, but if you can get Colleyville to punt the football away, have nothing come of it, I guess you'll call it no harm, no foul.
So that's going to set up a 3rd and 13 now as they mark it back to the 29-yard line of Heritage. Again, this is the first possession for Heritage after the Mustangs got a huge kickoff return from Bryson Davis. But on 3rd down, Ian Hatton trying to stretch for the end zone, lost the ball and fumbled it into the end zone. Snap back to Ulrich. Pressure comes. He steps up. Now he gets away. Now he's running out to the 35, the 40, and he gets knocked out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. I think it's going to be just enough for a first down. It is. The pressure came. Ulrich did a good job of stepping up into the pocket, getting away from it, and was able to scramble his way out to the 43-yard line, getting just enough to move the chains.
Bryson Davis was shoved in the back again by Hayden Golden. This time there is a no call, and Colleyville moves the chains. That's a huge pickup for Ulrich.
Well, and there for the first time we see the threat that Ulrich brings with his legs. 1st and 10 at the 43 now. Snap back, play action. Ulrich dumps it off, and the pass is bobbled and caught. Great concentration that time. That was, again, number 17, Luke Graves. The junior I think he was turning around just as that ball got to him, and he bobbled it, made the catch, and ends up getting 8 yards.
Incredible concentration to knock that ball to himself, make a tough catch. Yeah, you're right. He was not ready for that football.
Well, and Ulrich had to get rid of it, too, because the pressure was coming in. He was getting hit as he threw that ball that time.
Grapevine's doing a great job bringing pressure off the edges and getting to Ulrich. Luke's just made the plays so far.
2nd, and we'll call it a short 2 here, just inside Grapevine territory at the 49. Snap back, handoff up the middle, and nothing doing that time. As coming in to make the big stop, that was number 99, Devin Thomas, who came in and wrapped up Ryan Kelleher right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Big time stop for Grapevine now. Another chance to bow up. Leighton Towery in on that tackle as well. Grapevine needs to get a stop, get off the field here.
No gain, 3rd and a short 2 here, just outside the Grapevine 48-yard line. Now Ulrich comes up under center. They snap it and just push their way forward for a first down. Last second came up, and that's just a fire out, use our big O-line, and push guys up the field, and they end up getting 8 yards out of it to the 40.
Yeah, you mentioned the size of this Colleyville offensive line. That's going to be a challenge for Grapevine that they have to come up with a solution. And so far, you've seen the solution be pressure off the edge. Doesn't exactly help you when you go under center and take that up the middle.
That one. 8-yard run for Ulrich on the quarterback sneak. 1st and 10 at the Great Mustangs 40. This time they go 3 wide again with an H-back. Snap back. Kelleher gets the ball, gets past the line of scrimmage, and then gets stacked up. Going to be a gain of about 4 down to the 36 as Luke Gormley, along with Cooper Towery. Actually, that was Bradley Stanier, not Luke Gormley. That was Stanier and Towery in on the tackle that time. Gain of 4 for Kelleher. 2nd down and 6 as we're about 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. Jacob Dedamore along with Mitch Mason here tonight in the 2023 Red Rail Rivalry game. Snap back, play action. Ulrich rolling to his left. He throws a deep shot up the field. That pass is incomplete, but the flag comes out. I think we're going to get a pass interference call on Davis. Check that. It was Burns, Darion Burns, not Davis. Burns never turned around to find the ball, and the pass is a little bit underthrown, and he got kind of into the body of Braden Blewett.
It looked like there was hand fighting going both ways. You'd like to see the official pocket that in a rivalry game, but
I think maybe if Burns had been able to turn around and find the ball, he might have gotten the benefit of the doubt, but he never did.
I agree.
So the 15-yard penalty moves that down to the Mustangs' 21-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. Right now, this drive for Heritage has been all about conversions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 of them on this drive.
Yep.
3 wide set, snap back, handoff to Kelleher. He's got room on the right side, but he is unable to get the corner. Great job that time by Major Heck, who came up and made the stop as Kelleher tried to bounce it to the outside, but he was tripped up by Major Heck for a gain of about a half a yard.
He had Kai Pruitt, the wide receiver on the far side, blocking downfield as well. If Heck doesn't make that tackle, Kelleher, I think, gets into the end zone.
2nd and just over 9 after that great stop. Snap back. Ulrich fires one out to the near side. Tackle is missed, and into the end zone for the touchdown goes Braden Blewett. It was just a little simple, quick hitch route, but the tackle attempt by Ryan Hamilton was missed as Blewett was able to get away from him, and there was nobody else between him and the end zone.
Yeah, just a tough missed tackle there. A route concept that you're going to see all night from Colleyville. Just quick hitters out to the flats, letting their athletes make plays in space. And for Ryan Hamilton, that's a tackle he'll tell you he should have made.
And they go with a 2-point conversion as the Mustangs fell asleep. They didn't see the man lined up on the far side of the field. It was number 3, Ryan Kelleher, the running back, who kind of snuck out there, and they didn't see it. They run the fake, and I believe that was at the kicker, Zuckert, I think, who just threw it out there for the 2-point conversion. All right, that's 8-0 after the touchdown for Colleyville Heritage. We're going to take a quick break here on Mustang Friday Night.
Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine is working overtime by extending our biggest Labor Day savings. New Silverados, 400 on the ground and ready for delivery. Not 7, not 8, 10 grand off MSRP. That's right. Our best offers of the year don't take a holiday. New Silverados, 10 grand off. The #1 Chevy dealer in the nation. 63 acres of holiday savings. Get 10 grand off new Silverados before they're sold. This is Texas. This is classic.
Compass Church is for you. Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
So the Panthers go 80 yards for a touchdown on their first possession of the game. The final 20 yards of it on a nice catch and run by number 8, Braden Blewett, where he broke a tackle, and then they get the 2-point conversion as the Mustangs didn't see the man lined up on the wide side of the field. Kickoff picked up on a bounce and hit immediately as Carradine. He got blasted. He was thinking that one might bounce out of bounds, and when it didn't, he had to catch it on a hop, and by that time the coverage had gotten to him, and he gets tackled at the 11.
What a hit laid by Colin Bennett, the sophomore running back. You know, for Grapevine, you're trying to get your crowd into this, take Colleyville's out, and unfortunately the last couple of plays have done the opposite. This is a big drive for Grapevine. You get down to the 1-yard line, you turn the football over, but the offense did look like they had a chance to move it. Backed up in the shadow of your own goal line now. You've got to move the chains at least, get some yardage here, and give your defense room to work.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 11. They're going to come out with a trips formation to the near side of the field with Dunn in the backfield. Now Carradine comes in motion. Snap back, hand off to Dunn. Finds some room up the middle, pushing the pile forward. Going to get about 4 yards out to the 15 to set up 2nd and 6. And as we talk about, if you are just now joining us, the Mustangs had an 89-yard kickoff return from Bryson Davis to the Heritage 11. But on 3rd down and 4 from the 5-yard line, Ian Hatton caught the ball out in the far side flat. As he turned upfield, he had the first down, was trying to lunge for the end zone, and the ball came out. That last tackle made by number 4, Ty Golden. 2nd and 6 now for the Mustangs at the 15. Snap back, hand off again to Dunn, trying to get the corner on the far side. Turns it, gets a little bit of yardage as Golden comes up and makes another great hit from his free safety position. They're going to mark him down at the 17 to set up a 3rd and about 4.
Golden forced that fumble on the first drive as well. He's been flying around all over the field tonight. 3rd and medium here. Grapevine has a chance to move this. They've been getting a push up front with their offensive line. Daniel Campos has done a great job. I wonder if they run behind him here. 3rd
and 4 now for the Mustangs. Just outside their own 17-yard line. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Pistol formation with two backs in the backfield. Bell and Dunn both in there. Snap back. It is a handoff to Bell. He drives forward. It's going to be close. It looks like he's going to be maybe just short. They're going to mark him down just across the 20. Bell tried to go over left guard that time and just try to push the pile forward. A little bit of a misdirection play as they handed it to Bell on kind of a backside counter, and he just couldn't quite get enough for the first.
Great play design, but an even better stop from Colleyville, and Grapevine, I think, smartly is going to punt the football away here. It's just too early to go for it in 4th and 1 on your own 20-yard line. Trust your defense. Your defense played a heck of a first series. A penalty, a couple of key plays from Colleyville led to that score, but your defense you should have some confidence in.
Hayden Rhodes back to punt this one, standing at his own 6. Snap back, straight up kick, no rugby this time. Nice high kick. That is going to be caught at the 40, and for some reason no fair catch was made, although it looked like he had a knee down when he caught it. I believe that was number 20, Bryson Burgess, on the catch. Colby Eckert on the tackle that time, and it almost looked like his knee was down right as he caught it, even though he didn't fair catch it.
It kind of did. That's why Colby actually pulled up a little bit. He was looking over to the official going, hey, I thought he was down, as he tried to run away, because you don't want to be over-aggressive, hit him,
don't want to get
and
the
then
penalty.
get a penalty.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Still, good punt from Rhodes, 40 yards on the punt, and the Panthers take over at their own 40 this first quarter, brought to you by our friends at Stacy Furniture and Design. This time they're going to come out. The Panthers, again, shotgun snap, handoff up the middle, and room right up the gut, across midfield. Nice run that time by the sophomore. That's number 33, Colin Bennett, with his first carry of the night. And he found a hole and accelerated right through it for a gain of 12 to the Mustang 48.
One heck of a combination block on the left side of the offensive line for Colleyville. You had Luke Graves crack down, take out the middle linebacker as well, and open up a hole for the Panthers to run through.
1st and 10 now in Mustang territory. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Snap back to Ulrich. Fires a quick pass right over the middle. Caught and immediately tackles as the helmet comes off of Bryson Davis as he was making the tackle that time. Pass caught that time by number 5, Hayden Golden, the junior. Just again, these are not. There's no real trickeration coming up really with this Heritage offense. They're just throwing little quick hitters, bubble screens, little quick hitches to their wide receivers, trying to get their guys in open space.
Exactly. They're going to let their athletes move the chains, and then like we saw at the end of that first drive, then as you creep up, bring your safeties down, Ulrich will throw it over the top.
Gain of 4, snap back, handoff, coming over the left side, room to run, and inside the 35, another really good run. You see Colin Bennett being the sophomore, obviously behind the senior Kelleher, but Bennett has a burst to him that Kelleher doesn't have. Kelleher had probably more of the power runner.
Sure.
Bennett more the speed runner. As soon as he found a gap, he accelerated right into it for a gain of about 12 yards.
And again, the H-back who actually just walked out, Luke Graves, he's done such a tremendous job leading the way for Bennett that allows Colin to get that burst into the second level.
First and 10 at the Mustang 34 as the Panthers are on the move again. Under a minute to go. Ulrich fires one deep over the middle and just out of the reach of number 5, Hayden Golden, the senior wide receiver. That was, again, just a simple little post route over the middle of the field. Found room, and he was open, but the pass was just a little too far out in front.
Yeah, just two deep safeties. That was right in the middle of both of them. I tell you what, Brady Boozer, had he had a chance to lay that hit on Golden, was going to deliver a blow. Maybe Golden doesn't hang on to the football. Something that I think Grapevine would rather not have, that wide open opportunity, but it's what happens when you just roll with two deep safeties.
Second and 10 now at the 34. This time they go again 3 wide. Mustangs show blitz. Now Golden goes in motion. Ulrich gets pressured, steps up, and is he going to get brought down? He gets the ball away. What a play by Ulrich. A nice tackle on the far side by Towery to limit the game. Cooper Towery, the younger of the two, but what a play by Ulrich to not only somehow avoid the sack, but get the ball away to the sophomore running back, Bennett.
Jacob, Devin Thomas is not happy. He had his large jersey stretched to an extra large there. He had Ulrich in his hands and got yanked backwards by an offensive line. No call.
Only a gain of 2, but it should have been a loss of about 3 or 4. 3rd and 8. Snap back. Ulrich rolls to his right. Fires one deep up the sideline, and that pass is going to be incomplete. No contact that time as Darius Burns and the ball arrived right at the same time as, once again, he was trying to get Braden Blewett on a deep shot up the sideline, or Darion Burns, not Darius, excuse me. And that time, even though Burns didn't find the ball, he had the good timing on defense, and check that was not Blewett. That was number 10, Kai Pruitt, wide receiver. But now it looks like Heritage is going to go ahead and go for this. 4th and 8 at the Mustang 32. Snap back to Ulrich. No pressure. Looking, now he's stepping up. Fires one in, and it is caught inside the 25. That time the Mustangs couldn't get to him, and Pruitt was able to work his way open, made the catch as he went down to the ground at the 21 for a first down.
Just a 3-man rush from Grapevine there. Brady Stainer, the closest end in pursuit, but you mentioned just no chance to get any sort of pressure, and Colleyville moves the chains.
That's going to do it for us here in the first quarter. We go to quarter number 2 here in the Red Rail Rivalry, and the Panthers lead the Mustangs by a score of 8-0. This is Mustang Friday Night.
For over 40 years, the Stacy family has been proud to serve North Texas with exceptional furniture that combines comfort and style.
To thank you for shopping with our family, we're celebrating with huge savings during Stacy's anniversary sale.
Right now, save 50% or more on quality furniture for every room in your home.
Shop Stacy's Sleep Solutions and receive the royal treatment. Buy today and get a king mattress for the price of a queen.
It's all on sale during Stacy's anniversary celebration.
Remember, when you're shopping at Stacy's, you're shopping with family,
and you're not burning money.
Back for quarter number 2 here at Mustang Panthers Stadium. The Panthers leading the Mustangs 8-0, and they have just converted a 4th and 8 to get the ball down to the Mustang 21-yard line. Jacob Dedamore here along with Mitch Mason bringing you this game. Mustangs had a shot to score in their opening possession, but a fumble into the end zone by Ian Hatton unfortunately killed that drive, and the Panthers were able to go 80 yards after the turnover, converting multiple third downs and finally getting it into the end zone. 1st and 10 for the Panthers at Grapevine 21. Again, we said this Panther offense is not doing anything tricky, but they are efficient. Snap back, hand off to Bennett, going over left guard, and this time he gets wrapped up just as he crosses the line of scrimmage. As that looked like, I think that was Vili Motamanu who came back, trailing the play on the backside and wrapped up Bennett for a gain of about 1.5 yards.
Leighton Towery nearly had him in the backfield for a loss, but wiggle there from Bennett allowed him to get out, make something out of that play. there from Bennett allowed him to get out and make something out of that play. I'm curious where Grapevine starts scheming the pressure coming from. They've been a little repetitive, bringing the pressure off the edges. Colleyville's responded to that.
Second and a long 8 now, just inside the 20-yard line. Snap back, Ulrich play action. Fires one to the near side. Pass is caught inside the 10. That'll be first and goal as, again, Kai Pruitt with the catch. Wrapped up by Darion Burns, but not before he was able to get a first down at the 8-yard line.
Feels like Grapevine should have 3 or 4 sacks by now because they are getting pressure. And right as I set that play up, they ran a stunt on the left side of the defensive line. Ulrich just got the ball out a step too soon, and Colleyville moves the chains again.
First and goal now for the Panthers. Already up 8-0. Snap back, Ulrich looking to throw, and he gets it off, but nice defense on the far side of the field by Ryan Hamilton. He was right there with Blewett as they tried to throw a hitch route. It looked like Ulrich had to put a little more air into that than he wanted to because the pressure was coming in his face, and the guys got their hands up, and he had to throw it over the top of the pressure to get it out there.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Grapevine's going to have to bring their corners up, play a little bit of bump and run, man-to-man, jam these wide receivers at the line of scrimmage. That's what you saw happen there with Ryan Hamilton.
Now, Blewett and Pruitt are both very athletic receivers on the outsides. But I agree with you. They might have to play a little bit more bump and run coverage. Second and goal at the 8. Just a toss sweep to the far side, inside the 5, and into the end zone for the touchdown. We mentioned they used some of their wide receivers. That time they brought Hayden Golden into the backfield as a second running back and just ran a toss sweep over the left side over Parker Leatherwood. Not only did they seal the edge, but also Golden was able to make a man miss inside the 5 and get it into the end zone.
Some great blocks on the linebackers in that second level. We talked about that in the pregame as a key for both offenses, and Colleyville's executing.
This time the Mustangs pay attention to the man lining up on the far side of the field. Extra point is up, and the kick this time is good. 10:53 to go here in the first half, and the Panthers have jumped out to a 15-0 lead over Grapevine. This is Mustang Friday night.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for Team Middle Management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for the Heritage offense. This one going 60 yards as the drive was finished off on a running play from wide receiver Hayden Golden, the senior, number 5. Heritage lines things up, and they do a short pooch. And coming up to make the fair catch at the 29-yard line was number 25 for the Mustangs, Thomas Powers, the defensive back. Heads-up play as they tried to keep it away from the speed of Carradine and Davis back there with a short pooch, and Powers comes up and makes the heads-up fair catch.
Well, and, Colleyville, on the other hand, also putting themselves in a position to even recover a short pooch kick. Talked about chaos on that opening kickoff helping Grapevine. Colleyville would like that to swing back in their momentum.
So the Mustangs will start this possession at their own 29-yard line, 1st and 10, but the offense needs to get going now, down 2 scores. Snap back, hand off to Dunn. Little bit of room, was able to kind of power his way forward to about the 32, maybe the 33-yard line. Let's see, they're going to mark him just short of the 33. That tackle made by Demarius Logan, the sophomore, number 88.
Jacob, the first time Hackbar keeps one of these balls, I think he's going to run for a long time.
He might.
Colleyville's not respecting his ability to run.
Well, that time, and you'll see it because that time, again, they use Carradine coming in there, so they hand off to Dunn and then fake the speed option.
Yep.
Now the Mustangs come out with a bunch formation and trips on the near side of the field. Second down, handoff, Dunn. Trying to find room, breaks a tackle. He's going to get the first down. It's going to be up near the 40-yard line. Nice job. Again, they draw the defense's eyes to the bunch formation and then run a little counter play behind it, and Dunn gets the yardage needed to move the chains.
Great job by the offensive line blocking as well. Got just one job to clear the path for your running back on those kind of plays, especially on a counter play to hold off the backside, and that's exactly what the Mustangs are able to get done to move the chains.
7-yard gain out to the 39-yard line. This time the Mustangs, as Ian Hatton checks in, they're going to come out with two tight ends. 2 wide receivers on the far side. Snap back, Dunn with the ball again, and this time just nowhere to go. That time the Heritage defense was all over that play, as getting into the backfield was, says number 99. That may be maybe it's 98.
I think it's 88. Demarius Logan, and you had Hayden West come up from his safety spot to finish off that tackle as well.
No gain officially on the play, as that time the defensive front really got into the backfield. There is a 99 on the defense.
You're right,
unfortunately, we don't have one on the roster.
Not on the roster.
2nd and 10 now for the Mustangs. They go with the power pistol here. Snap back, speed option, pitch out to Dunn. Makes a man miss. Going to get out past the 40 to 43. Great open field tackle that time by number 20, Bryson Burgess, the Rover, who came up and just dragged Demontrez Dunn down by his waist. Gain of 4, though, sets up 3rd and 6.
These Colleyville defensive backs have done an excellent job of tackling in the open field. It's limited what could have been several big plays for this Grapevine offense. Jacob, tackling has been one of the things that Colleyville has done better than Grapevine here tonight. It shows on the scoreboard.
3rd and 6 now for the Mustangs at their own 43. Just over 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Grapevine going to spread it out with a 4-wide set. Snap back to Hackbarth, and he fires one out. Pass near side is incomplete. They were trying to hit Carradine, but that throw came in a little bit low. The pressure got in as Hackbarth got hit right as he threw. It looked like number 6, Jacob Rapolo, who made the hit in the backfield.
Yeah, it was a screen concept for Grapevine, so they're letting the defenders walk through the line of scrimmage, but unfortunately, I don't know if Hackbarth got a grip on that football. It looked like he was struggling to find the laces and threw that one a little too low for Carradine to make the catch.
So the Mustang offense will have to punt again as Hayden Rhodes comes on. He drops the snap, but picks it up and gets the punt away, end over end. Gets a nice roll, though, as that thing is kicking inside the 20. Still rolling, and looks like it's going to die about the 15-yard line. So ends up being a solid kick for Rhodes that time of about 42 yards. As the Mustangs defense comes back out onto the field now. Incumbent upon them to get a stop now. This second quarter brought to you by our friends at Compass Church. So far, this Heritage offense has been very efficient, moving it with both the run and the pass. Ulrich, his athleticism, we haven't really seen him run much outside of just trying to escape the pressure, but he has been able to do that a couple of times here in this game so far.
Well, and they've been so good at converting third downs, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's been the difference for Colleyville offensively.
1st and 10 at the 15. Hand off to Kelleher, and he breaks a tackle right at the line and then kind of pushes his way forward for a gain of about 2. Leighton Towery, as he was being blocked, kind of got one arm around his waist and couldn't quite drag him down, but the rest of the defense rallied and stopped him for a gain of 2.
Good job by the Grapevine defense rallying to the football there. Just solid form tackling there. They've got to keep Colleyville to short gains on 1st and 2nd, give their defense a chance to get off the field on 3rd down.
2nd and 8. Snap back, play action from Ulrich. He steps up and fires one over the top. Had a wide open receiver on the far side of the field. Breaks a tackle. Still in bounds on his feet into Grapevine territory. Down to the 40. What a great run by Blewett, number 8. Braden Blewett got behind as Ulrich started to scramble. I think the defense kind of came up to him and left him standing, and Ulrich just lobbed it over the top. Then Blewett was able to somehow stay in bounds as he got hit on the sideline and got about an extra 20 yards on that run.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. The defense started to come up to make the tackle, and Ulrich has kept his eyes downfield. You mentioned he hasn't really looked to run today. He's looked to throw the ball to his weapons, and another great job of it there.
Great catch and run by Blewett. Ends up being a gain of about 45 yards. Snap back. Looking downfield, and he's got a wide open receiver. It is his running back, Ryan Kelleher, who walks into the end zone for a touchdown as he just leaked out on a wheel route. Nobody went with him, and that was easy money.
Nobody bought the play fake for Grapevine, but no one thought to cover Kelleher. He wasn't out of the play, and so often, Jacob, you see wheel routes uncovered. The defense has a breakdown. Someone doesn't know their assignment, and there it goes for a big score.
That was definitely a busted coverage that time. Backside wheel route on the half roll to the right. The extra point is up, and it is good. 6:27 to go in the first half. The Panthers are dominating this game early. It is back here at Mustang Panther Stadium. The Panthers score again as another pooch kick, high and short, caught at the third, up to the 30, 35. This time no fair catch, and a return is made, and it's going to be good. They're going to get the ball out near the 40-yard line as once again number 25, Thomas Powers, was looking for the pooch that time, and instead of fair catching it, decided to see what he could get and end up getting about a 12-yard return.
Grapevine needs a play, right? You need an explosive play, and they got one earlier on a kickoff return. Why can't you do it again? This is a critical drive for Grapevine's offense. Not only do you need to possess this ball for a decent chunk of time, give your defense time to rest, but by putting points on the scoreboard before halftime has to be the ultimate outcome here.
That last possession was two explosive plays for Heritage. We'll detail them here in just a second. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. In the pistol formation, snap back, handoff to Connor Bell, and the ball is stripped out on the ground, still rolling, picked up by Heritage, and they're going to return this for a scoop and score as number 4 for the defense, Ty Golden, picks up the loose ball and returns it. We do have a flag down on the return about the 11-yard line, so that maybe the return will get negated. But the ball just got punched out of Connor Bell's hands that time. He was going to have a loss on the play anyway, as the Heritage defense was all over that play. But the scoop and score may get negated. We'll see. The referees are conversing right here.
Looked like a block in the back. I didn't catch a number on it, but this will be Colleyville ball. There's no doubt about that. It's just where do they take over? Is it in the red zone or just outside?
It was going to be about a 25-yard or so scoop and score for Golden, but that's going to get negated as far as the touchdown. That last possession for Heritage, you had the 45-yard catch and run by Blewett on just a great effort, somehow staying in bounds when he got hit on the far sideline, and then the next play, the play action wheel route behind it, and Kelleher was wide open for a 38-yard score. The conference is over. We'll see what the call here is. Well, they're calling a block in the back on Grapevine, which is curious.
I didn't know that could happen.
I didn't either. I'm very curious about that call. So the fumble return for the touchdown counts. And the Heritage defense already made a number of plays tonight. The second turnover of the ball game, and this one becomes directly into points. And now we're going to have a timeout from the Heritage coaching staff, as I don't think they had everybody on the field.
Missing their left guard there.
Yeah. Man.
It's the only thing that's gone wrong for Colleyville this first half.
It looked like, this game started out with such a huge play on the kickoff return from Bryson Davis. It looked to be such a great start, but it's amazing how one play can just kind of turn things around, and it really seems like that fumble into the end zone just completely turned things around, and the Mustangs haven't been able to recover.
No, they haven't. They haven't been able to get their offense going, any sort of rhythm that puts Colleyville's defense on the defensive. And like I said right before the fumble, they haven't kept their offense on the field. Colleyville's defense has been very fresh. They've had to basically play 3-4 plays and then get off the field. Grapevine's defense, on the other hand, they are doing yeoman's work right now. And, halftime coming up can't come soon enough, honestly, for Grapevine. That defense has got to be worn out.
Yeah, time of possession has been completely dominated by the Panthers here in this first half. Even that first possession didn't take very long because of the kickoff return. Ryan Zuckert on for the extra point. See if we can get the exact yardage on that scoop and score here in just a minute. Extra point is up, and it is good. 6:06 to go here in the first half. It is now a 29-0 Heritage lead over the Mustangs. The Heritage defense comes up with their second turnover of the night, and this one turns directly into points as the fumble was cut from Connor Bell was scooped up by number 4 Ty Golden and returned into the end zone for the touchdown. And as you said, at this point, it's just about trying to get something positive going for the Mustangs. This time the kickoff is a deep one. Going to be returnable at about the 2-yard line by Davis. Gets up to the 15, gets hit, driving forward, still trying to get yardage, and gets brought down at about the 18-yard line. And is coming in to make the tackle that time was number 33, Colin Bennett, the sophomore running back.
Well, Grapevine's got to put together a drive here. All the things I just said before that fumble certainly hold true here. You've got to give your defense a break. You've got to give yourself something to build around here heading into this second half. Plenty of time with which to operate the offense, but you got to focus on getting 10 yards at a time and moving the chains.
Officially 27 yards on that fumble return for Heritage. I think what I'm surprised by most is really they haven't really tried to get the ball into the hands of Rondell Carradine yet in this game. They tried to hit him on the one pass earlier, but he's been basically used as a decoy so far. Two backs in with Hackbarth. It's speed option time. That pitch is behind Carradine. He's going to get a couple of yards. It was played well, though, defensively by the Heritage Panthers, as right there to make the tackle was number 20, Bryson Burgess, the Rover. They went speed option finally that time. The pitch, unfortunately, was a little bit off target. Carradine was able to corral it, but basically that meant he didn't have a chance to make a move on the defender.
Well, and Hackbarth couldn't have known this. He doesn't have eyes in the back of his head, but I think he had beaten the defender. I don't know if he was going to be dragged down. If he keeps that ball, there's a whole lot of green grass.
Handoff up the middle on second down. Not much room for Dunn, maybe a yard at most. And they're going to set up 3rd and 7. And, we talked about this before the game. So far, this game is being won at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball by the Panthers.
It absolutely is. And on 3rd down, I was just getting ready to say, how do you get the ball in the hands of Carradine? Well, he just trotted off the field. He's on the sidelines for this 3rd and long.
Doesn't look like anything's wrong with him, but he is off the field on this play. 3rd and 7 at the 21-yard line. 2 tight ends in the game for the Mustangs. Snap back, Hackbarth drops back. They fire one out, caught by Hatton on the near side. He's going to be well short of the first down as Ian Hatton made the grab, gets tackled at about the 27. It's a gain of about 6, but not close enough for the first down. That time on the tackle, number 7, the sophomore Hayden West, the cornerback, wrapped up Hatton about a yard short of the first. Actually, it was closer than I thought. They marked him out at the 27-yard line, about a yard short, so Hatton nearly got the first down on that.
They did, but again, you're backed up just a little too far in your own end to go for it on 4th down.
Snap back to Rhodes. He gets the punt away. This one's high but short. It's going to hit and die at about the 42-yard line. That one just got a little too much under it that time from Rhodes. And the Mustang defense is now back out onto the field. Only a 35-yard punt that time from Rhodes. Heritage comes out. A little over 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Jacob Dedamore and Mitch Mason here with you. Things not going the way of the Mustangs so far tonight in any way, shape, or form. Snap back, handoff on 1st down. Bennett accelerates through a hole, shows his quickness and acceleration, gets into Mustang territory. Gain of 11 yards down to the Grapevine 47.
Colleyville already over 250 yards of offense here in this first half. Grapevine, if that number is right, sitting at 19 right now. That tells you the disparity in this game so far. One team's possessed it for the entire ball game, the other has not.
1st and 10 after the 11-yard run from Bennett. He stays in the backfield here for this 1st and 10 at the Mustang 47. Now we're going to get a flag as that time Bennett didn't remember the snap count, started to make a move. So that'll back it up 5 yards to the Panther 48. The thing about this Grapevine team on both sides of the ball, but especially on defense, everybody knows this going in. They are an undersized group as compared to a number of the teams they play, so they have to have gap integrity. They have to bring pressure at times from different spots. And right now they're just getting out-muscled up front. Snap back, and Ulrich going to fire one deep down the field. That pass is caught, and then it's punched out. Ball's on the ground, but it's in the end zone, and I think it's recovered by Grapevine. It is. Great job that time. Bryson Davis is the one who gets it in the end zone after the fumble return. And the Mustang defense tonight, for the first time tonight, makes a huge play. As they had the wide receiver up the seam on the play action, they faked the screen to the near side flat and then fired one deep down the field. Looked like that time they went for number 2, Zach Sogan, who made the grab, but Ryan Hamilton punched it out as he came in to make the tackle. I thought Heritage was going to cover it in the end zone, but number 5, Hayden Golden, couldn't get on top of it, and Bryson Davis did.
He had that. Golden did.
Yeah.
Had that both hands on the football and just couldn't bring it into his body before a Mustang landed on him. And, boy, it's 29-0. You got a lot of road left to go if you're going to come back and make this an interesting game, but you need breaks like that. You have to force turnovers. Grapevine gets a big one there.
Mustangs take over their own 21st and 10 after the turnover. Great job by Ryan Hamilton, and now timeout is going to be called as the play clock was about to hit 0, and Coach DeBess goes ahead and calls a timeout here with 3:37 to go. We're going to take a break here. It's 29-0 Heritage on Mustang Friday night.
Hi, I'm Russ Teeger.
And I'm Laura Teeger. We're the proud owners of AC Pros, family-owned and operated business going on 26 years. And here's a little bit of what we do.
Hi, I'm Jim Bradley. I'm a comfort specialist here at AC Pros. We are a full-service residential and light commercial HVAC company. We do sales and service for residential HVAC. We also do windows, attic efficiencies, radiant barrier installation, solar fans to make your system last longer. Today we're out here in Keller servicing one of our customers' outside units. This is Joel, our lead tech, taking care of the maintenance today. At AC Pros, we're small enough to care.
After the timeout, 1st and 10, Mustangs had the ball at their own 20. They're in a full house backfield out of the shotgun, play action. They swing it out to the near side to Dunn, far side to Dunn, but he's only able to get about a yard or two before he gets forced out of bounds. I believe that was number 9, Madden Williams, I think, on the far side. I couldn't tell if it was a 9 or a 6. Made that stop for Heritage.
You had Will Matheny working against Jaden Hall, a one-on-one matchup on a post route over the middle. Unfortunately, Grapevine not able to get the ball down the field, but those are the matchups you're going to have to create big chunk plays if you're going to come back.
Only a gain of 1 on the screen, and now flags come in as somebody moved on the Grapevine front. So that'll back it up 5 yards.
That's a frustrating penalty. There's no reason you should have that happen every time you have a false start. Some sort of procedural lapse, like having the play clock nearly run out on you. It kills that momentum you just got from taking the football away.
Pre-snap penalties are what prematurely age coaches. 2nd and 14, now back at the 16-yard line. 3 wide set here for Grapevine. Snap back to Hackbarth. Pass is caught on a slant by Burns. Across the 20 to the 25. That's a gain of 9 yards. So that'll set up a 3rd and 5. Just an easy slant that time from Darius Burns, and a nice throw from Hackbarth on time and on target to give him a 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, great pitch and catch. Hayden West playing off coverage there. Grapevine's going to have to throw the football to come back in this one, and you're going to have to pick your spots like Hackbarth just did there.
Again with the 3 wide set. On 3rd and 5, snap back. Hackbarth looking downfield. Now he's rolling out of the pocket and gets rid of it, and the pass is going to be incomplete. Out of bounds. Or is it picked? Are they going to say it's an interception?
I think they're going to say this is an interception.
They are. I thought he was out of bounds, but they're going to say ball was intercepted. That was number 20, Bryson Burgess, who made a diving interception on the far side of the field in front of the Heritage bench, right at the 39-yard line.
Oh,
not really sure why Hackbarth
he ran the wrong way.
Went out of the pocket on that one.
Yep.
But, I mean, the pressure wasn't coming. That's why I'm not really sure what caused him to try to get away.
Yeah. Well, what little pressure there was on the right side of that line, and I know obviously that's his dominant arm. That's the side you want to roll to and throw. I thought Hackbarth had some room to step up if he was going to and run off the left side, but boy, another self-inflicted wound for the Mustangs.
So Heritage takes over at the Grapevine 39 after the pick. Snap back, play action, pass to the far side. It's caught by Blewett, who breaks a tackle. Nice job again. Blewett is a big, strong wide receiver. We've seen him break multiple tackles tonight. Got about an extra 6 yards on that catch down to the Grapevine 24-yard line for a gain of 15.
Yeah, no height and weight on Colleyville's roster, but Blewett's a healthy-sized wide receiver. They have a couple of them out here playing against smaller Grapevine defensive backs, and they're throwing their weight around. Certainly has not been easy to bring them down on first contact.
1st and 10 at the Grapevine, just inside the 24. Snap back, another play action, throw out to Blewett, makes a man miss, inside the 15, down to the 14. And, man, right now Braden Blewett is making his presence known on this offense. Again, that's just a little quick hitch route, and they're letting Blewett be the athlete that he is, and he is making multiple Grapevine defenders miss.
You know, we talked about Ulrich coming in, the dual threat ability that he has, but honestly, you focus more on the running ability. Came in with over 300 yards on the ground, just over 550 yards through the air, but boy, he's been impressive slinging the ball tonight.
2nd and a yard, snap back, handoff inside the 10, near the 6. As I believe that was Kelleher, number 3 on the carry. Check that. Yes, it was Kelleher on the run that time, and they get it to 1st and goal inside the 6. One thing that, one of the reasons we may not be seeing Ulrich run as much is because they have Braden Blewett back.
Sure.
Braden Blewett hadn't played all year because of injury, and this is his first game back, and you can see the extra dimension that he brings alongside Kai Pruitt at wide receiver.
Yeah, Braden Blewett has an offer to Texas Tech. Joey McGuire is emphatic on finding the best athletes around the state of Texas and developing them. Blewett could be another one of those gyms.
1st and goal at the 6 after the run, and a little trick play, and it goes wrong, and then they're going to say it was incomplete. Leighton Towery, check that. That was not Leighton Towery. That was Tatum Evans, who almost made the interception that time. They were trying like a little pop pass, it looked like. That's exactly what they were trying to do. They handed the ball off to number 5, Hayden Golden. He tried to throw a little pop pass, but he got hit as he got hit by Evans as he released the ball, and Leighton Towery almost made an interception.
It had to go right through his left hand. He had one engaged.
He tried to make a one-handed catch.
He did.
Snap back, they're throwing the fade route, and that's going to be another touchdown as Blewett gets loose again into the back corner of the end zone, and Ulrich with a beautiful throw right over the top for another Heritage touchdown.
Ryan Hamilton lost his man in coverage there. He was up near the line of scrimmage. Didn't see the wide receiver leak out.
So the Mustangs nearly come up with a turnover, but can't quite reel it in, and on the next play, Heritage scores with just under a minute to go. Extra point is up, and it is good, and it is all Heritage Panthers here in this first half. 3 turnovers by the Mustangs have turned into 3 touchdowns for the Panthers, and they lead 36-0. This is Mustang Friday Night.
Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine is working overtime by extending our biggest Labor Day savings. New Silverados, 400 on the ground and ready for delivery. Not 7, not 8, 10 grand off MSRP. That's right. Our best offers of the year don't take a holiday. New Silverados, 10 grand off. The #1 Chevy dealer in the nation. 63 acres of holiday savings. Get 10 grand off new Silverados before they're sold. This is Texas. This is classic.
Compass Church is for you. Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
The Panthers put another touchdown on the board, this one on a 6-yard pass from Luke Ulrich to Braden Blewett. And the Panthers have been able to take all 3 Mustang turnovers and turn them into 22 points with 3 touchdowns, and they lead 36-0 with 55 seconds to go here in this first half. Jacob Dedamore and Mitch Mason here with you as Heritage has just dominated this game tonight, really since about the third play of the game. Deep kickoff, returnable at the 5. Burns catches, has got room up the middle, up past the 20, and he's going to get stoned at about the 24. Another good open field tackle. Man, I have been very impressed. We see it on special teams this time, but number 20, Bryson Burgess, is a phenomenal tackler out there in the open field for Heritage.
Just a junior defensive back. You're right. He's flown all over the field tonight. You've seen Hayden Golden, Ty Golden make big-time plays. This secondary has been beyond impressive for Colleyville tonight.
Yeah, the 2 safeties specifically, you mentioned it, Ty Golden and Bryson Burgess. And apparently we had a little jawing after the play as there was an unsportsmanlike penalty called against Heritage after the play. So add 15 yards onto that 19-yard return from Darius Burns. And that'll move the ball out to the 38-yard line of the Mustangs. 46 seconds to go in the half. The Mustangs do have 2 timeouts to work with here, but they need to see if they can get the ball into open space to some of their playmakers. They're going to come out in a 2-back set here to start things out with both Bell and Dunn on either side of Hackbarth in the shotgun. Snap back, hand off to Bell. Going over the right side, finds a good amount of room. Nice run that time by Bell and good blocking up front. One of the better jobs we've seen tonight by the Grapevine offensive line of getting pushed. And Bell gets a gain of 8 all the way out to the 46.
2 timeouts for the Mustangs left. They've got 30 seconds with that clock rolling right now. Grapevine in no great rush.
Yeah, It looks like they're just kind of content to roll this one to the half. I mean, as poorly as this first half has gone for the Mustangs, you don't blame Coach DeBest for wanting to just regroup here.
No.
2nd and 2 at the 46. 3 wide set. Snap back, dropping back is Hackbarth. He gets pressured immediately, and he's going to get dropped for a big sack. The defense got in there. It ended up being number 15, Stephen Cole, making the sack on the play, but the play was probably made by number 99, who we don't know who that is. We'll see if we can find out at halftime, as he got in there and was the one who made the initial pressure. So we go to the half. It is all Panthers here in this first half. They lead the Mustangs by a score of 36-0. When we come back, we'll have the halftime show for you. This is Mustang. Back here for the start of the second half here at Mustang Panthers Stadium as the Mustangs kick off. Hayden Rhodes boots one into the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers will start the third quarter on their own 25-yard line. Jacob Dedamore and Mitch Mason here with you as this third quarter brought to you by our friends at Chill. And it was all Heritage Panthers in that first half, as the Mustangs, I think at this point, are just looking to see if they can just get some positive things going in the second half.
Yeah, I totally agree. At this point, Grapevine's got to shift to a game plan mindset. It's 36-0. Colleyville Heritage has dominated every statistical category. Their offense is back out on the field. For Grapevine, I think you're looking for some keys to the game for next week.
1st and 10 for Heritage as they come out 3 wide, and now a flag before they can even snap it. When he says domination in pretty much every category, he's not kidding, folks, as Mitch is right on. 310 total yards for Heritage in the first half to 36 for Grapevine. The Mustangs turned the ball over 3 times. All 3 of those turnovers turned into Panther touchdowns, one of them directly on a fumble return. But the passing attack is really where it was at for Heritage. Luke Ulrich in the first half, 15 of 19, 223 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 of those going to Braden Blewett as a handoff on first down. Out across the 20 to about the 25 for Colin Bennett. The sophomore gets a 5-yard gain back to the original line of scrimmage to make it 2nd and 10. The returning Braden Blewett in his first game of the season after coming back from injury, and he has made his presence known with 6 catches for 102 yards and 2 scores in that first half. The running attack, even though it hasn't been as big a part of the offense, has been effective when they've done it for Heritage, as both Colin Bennett and Ryan Kelleher have been effective. Pressure on second down. Ulrich gets away again, and the pass is intercepted inside the 20, the 10, and almost into the end zone. Getting tripped up, Ulrich made this touchdown-saving tackle as Brady Boozer stepped in front of that pass and took it down to the Panthers 2.
Ulrich has gotten away from so much pressure tonight, and until that pass, he hadn't made a mistake, but Brady Boozer reads the eyes of the quarterbacks, able to come downhill and nearly had a pick 6 to pay it off.
That's the second turnover of the night for the Heritage offense. The one they had in the first half was a fumble down on the Grapevine end of the field that didn't turn into anything, but the Mustangs have a chance to turn this one into points as they have the ball 1st and goal on the 2 after it's about a 28-yard return from Brady Boozer. You're right, Ulrich again got away from the pressure, looked like he was going to be able to find a receiver, but Boozer came in and stepped right in front of that throw.
Grapevine's going to have to waste a timeout here. They didn't have all their personnel. They had offensive linemen on the far end of the bench that didn't realize, I guess, the turnover had happened.
Yeah, that's
sprinting on late.
That's going to drive Coach DeBest and the rest of this Grapevine coaching staff nuts. You have the quick change, and guys don't have their stuff together. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. This is Mustang Friday Night. We're back after the timeout as the Mustangs had to use one because, like I said, guys weren't ready to go. But 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Power pistol formation with Bell and Dunn both in the backfield. Snap back. It's a fake. It's a little speed option to Dunn. Makes a man miss and walks it into the corral for the touchdown. But we have a flag down on the play. They went speed option that time with Dunn, but I think this one's going to be coming back.
I think this is going to be a hold against Brady Wagner, unfortunately for Grapevine. Not only does it negate the touchdown, but Jacob, it's going to back you up as well.
So back that up now to the 12-yard line after the holding penalty. They faked the handoff to Bell up the middle and went speed option with Dunn. And I'll tell you what, it was a great effort by DeMontrez Dunn. He made a man miss in the open field about the 4-yard line and got into the end zone, but I think it was Wagner got called for the hold there. By the way, we found out who number 99 is. It's Evan Naeda, who we have as number 98 on our roster, so it's just a little misprint there. So 1st and goal once again for the Mustangs. Now they're back at the 12. Snap back, they go speed option again, and they get it to Carradine. Carradine gets the corner and then gets taken down out of bounds. See where they mark him down. They're going to mark him out at about the 7-yard line, so it'll be a gain of 5, 2nd and goal. Carradine kind of got tackled awkwardly there as he was near the sideline, and he comes over to the bench. Looks like he's okay. He's just standing there waiting. He's not getting looked at or treated, so looks like he's all right. 5-yard run for Carradine on the speed option. 2nd and goal now at the 7. Dunn in the backfield in the pistol. Now Wagner moves back there, joining Hackbarth. Snap back, handoff to Dunn, trying to find room in the middle of this defense, and going to get about 2 yards, I think, to about the 5 before he gets driven back, as that was number 99, Naeda, who just kind of packed things in on that defensive front. These 2 big sophomores for Heritage really are strong guys who fill the hole in Naeda and Demarius Logan.
have to imagine this is 4-down territory. You're down,
for sure.
Down a million. But if Grapevine's going to get in the end zone, it's not going to be up the middle. Colleyville's packed the box.
3rd and goal now from the 5. Bell in the backfield. Snap back to Hackbarth. Play action. Hackbarth fires one into the end zone, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. He was trying to hit Carradine on a quick out. Carradine was looking around, I think, for a flag. Thought maybe he got grabbed on his outbreak. He was covered that time by number 20, Bryson Burgess, who's been making plays all over the field tonight.
It's an arrow route there from Carradine, and it was wide open. Hackbarth's got to have a little bit more touch on that throw. Kind of fired a bullet in there, and I don't think he needed to.
So the Mustangs will go for it. Colby Eckert checks in. And then he's in the slot. 4th and goal for the Mustangs. Carradine coming in motion. Snap back, play action. They swing it out, and it's incomplete. The pass was a little too tall for Carradine. They tried to set up a backside screen to Carradine, and the Panthers defense comes up with a turnover on downs after the interception from Brady Boozer, and the Mustangs are not able to cash in.
Boy, it's frustrating for the Mustangs offense. Even if Carradine had made that catch, I don't know that he
would have
was
been
gonna be able to
interesting
get
because
into the end zone. Yeah.
he had a blocker out in front, and it looked like the blocker was on the one defender, but there was somebody coming out from kind of the inside of the defense coming out towards Carradine. It would have been interesting to see if Carradine would have been able to get into the end zone from that position on the field, but regardless, the pass was too tall. Carradine had it go off his fingertips. Now the Panthers come back on the field at their own 5. 1st down, handoff to Bennett. Finds room, runs through an arm tackle, and gets out near the 15. It's a gain of 9 for the sophomore Colin Bennett. He had a really strong first half on the ground, as he had 4 carries for 35 yards in that first half. He gets 9 here.
Boy, it felt like so much more. Kelleher only had 6 carries for 22 yards, but you combine that with the effective passing that Colleyville had, and Kelleher and Bennett were able to pick up key 3rd downs. I think that's why it felt like they were more dominating than the stats would show.
Bennett takes the handoff again, is going to get the 1st down out across the 15 to about the 17, so it's a gain of 3, and they'll move the chains.
Just methodically picking up 1st downs and moving the chains. That's what Colleyville's done all day today. They've had some big chunk plays as well, but regardless, it's been that ability to pick up 1st downs really whenever they've wanted to. That's kind of sealed Grapevine's fate to this point.
The Mustangs, it's been a case of, in many respects, they've come really close on a number of plays tonight, but just haven't been able to make the play. Bennett gets it again on 1st down. This time, he gets wrapped up from behind. That was Ty Hohenberger coming in to wrap up Bennett from behind after only about a yard gain, and it looks like Bennett is down on the field. He got hurt on that tackle, the young sophomore, getting brought down by Hohenberger, and now he is going to get attended to by the trainers. 8:56 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Mustangs trail 36-0. This is Mustang Friday Night.
Compass Church is for you. Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
Classic Chevrolet and Grapevine is working overtime by extending our biggest Labor Day savings. New Silverados, 400 on the ground and ready for delivery. Not 7, not 8, 10 grand off MSRP. That's right. Our best offers of the year don't take a holiday. New Silverados, 10 grand off. The #1 Chevy dealer in the nation. 63 acres of holiday savings. Get 10 grand off new Silverados before they're sold. This is Texas. This is classic.
Colin Bennett comes off the field under his own power, although he did have a bit of a limp, but he walks to the sidelines. 2nd and 9 now at the 18 for the Panthers. Kelleher in the backfield, play action. Ulrich gets pressured, immediately steps away, and now he runs a little bit, but he gets brought down from behind. Nice open field tackle that time. As coming up to make the play was Cooper Towery, number 31. As he dragged down Ulrich from behind, Ulrich was still able to get a few yards out of it, got about 3 to set up a 3rd and 6.
Must have for the Grapevine defense. You mentioned before we went to break, Grapevine's had a case of the the oh-so-closes tonight.
The almosts.
They need a big stop here.
That was Tatum Evans, I think, who had got the initial pressure coming around the end and flushed Ulrich out of the pocket. 3rd and 6, 4 wide this time. Ulrich drops back, fires one deep. Fade route up the sideline, and that pass is incomplete. Nice coverage that time by Darion Burns. That was an interesting attempt to draw a penalty that time by Kai Pruitt. Burns is running with him step for step, and Kai Pruitt basically kind of jumps on his shoulders and tries to act like he's being interfered with, but the ref didn't buy it.
Yeah, Pruitt definitely tried to pull Burns onto him to get the flag. It doesn't end up coming, and I think this is the first time that Colleyville's punted all night.
First time tonight that the Mustangs have forced a punt on defense. They did have the one stop on the fumble in the first half, and, of course, they had the pick on the last possession, but this is the first time they've actually forced a 3-and-out. Snap is back, and the punt is away, and it's caught at the 48, but knee was down on the ground as that was Thomas Powers back there to receive it, and he had the knee on the ground when he caught it, and they'll mark him down at the 49. That is Ulrich, who handles the punting duties, the quarterback. And a little bit of a short punt that time, only about 27 yards on the punt. So the Mustangs will take over near midfield as the defense does their job, giving it, with Heritage taking the ball over deep in their own end, and they force the punt.
Have to get Carradine the ball in space on this drive.
That was one thing. We'll talk about that more here in just a minute. 1st and 10. Snap back, speed option play, pitched out. Carradine gets it this time. He gets the block on the corner, and nice gain that time. DeMontrez Dunn had a nice block on the edge to spring Carradine into Heritage territory, marked out at the 43-yard line, a gain of 8. We talked about that, you and I did, at halftime off the air, that we were surprised they didn't try to get Carradine more involved in the offense with the ball in his hands. They seemed like they were trying to use him as a bit of a decoy in the first half, and he ended up only with 2 touches of the ball in the first half.
And he was tackled awkwardly a couple of times in that first half. It's tough to tell if he's fully healthy or not. He looked fine on that play, but just a head-scratching decision there.
Another speed option play as Carradine came in motion, trying to get the corner. He's going to get knocked out of bounds, and he's going to ends up being a no gain on the play. Great job by the Heritage defense, as coming up to make the hit was Hayden West, the sophomore, and ended up knocking Carradine out for no gain. You can see there's been more of a concerted effort here so far in the third quarter to get more touches for Carradine on offense.
I wonder if Grapevine's game plan was, after Carradine came back, had such an explosive week last Friday night, I wonder if they felt like Heritage would key in on him to the point where they couldn't go to him, and so they went to other options. Clearly didn't work. I think you've got to ride with your playmaker.
Snap back on 3rd and 2. Hackbarth looking to throw, fires one deep, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Looked like it might have been a little early contact as number 4, Ty Golden, came over the top of Brady Wagner to knock that ball away. A lot of times you'll get a penalty on that just because it looked like he was right on the – came over the top. You can't go through the wide receiver to make a play on the ball, and it's close.
So I think that's a fine no call.
That replay brought to you by Black Walnut Cafe. But the Mustangs will keep the offense on the field.
Oh, no.
But a flag comes down as they line up.
You've got a false start on
and Coach DeBest is just irate on the sidelines right now, and he screams for the punt team to come on the field. After that, another pre-snap penalty.
It was a miscommunication in the snap count. I think it was Hunter Caudle who gets called for the false start. He and Hackbarth were going back and forth, arguing over what the actual signal was. Hackbarth was trying to call an audible, an adjustment at the line of scrimmage.
So Hayden Rhodes on for the punt. This time he rugby punts it, and the flag comes out, and we're going to get a roughing the punter. It's a great punt by Rhodes. It's going to get killed at the 4, but the defender for Heritage, I think it's number 6, Jacob Rapallo.
Yep.
Runs, we'll see if it's roughing or running into, but he hits Rhodes after he punted the ball, so it's going to be a penalty of some kind. Even if it's a running into, this might get the offense back on the field to go for it if it's still 4th down.
And the Mustangs are putting their helmets back on the offenses, so I think this is going to be roughing.
Still haven't heard a call yet. from the referee.
Yeah, Colleyville defense is coming up onto the field as well, so this is going to should be a personal foul.
Well, they get the 5-yard variety. They said running into, not roughing.
Well, I guess Grapevine's just going to go for it.
Yeah, but it puts it back to 4th and 2.
Sure.
So, yeah, the offense will come back on the field. It'll be at the 43-yard line where it was before the false start. So that mistake by Jacob Rapallo at least allows Grapevine the opportunity to go for it here, as Bell is in the backfield with Hackbarth here as they line up for this 4th down attempt. Snap back, handoff to Bell. Nope, it's a speed option. Carradine has it, got the first down. He's into the open field, inside the 10, and he gets dragged down from behind as Ty Golden made the touchdown saving tackle. They finally get the blocking they've had on the edge, and Carradine uses that speed and accelerates, gets brought down at the 5-yard line, a gain of 38 yards.
Carradine doesn't need much room to get going. His speed is some of the best that you're going to see in Texas high school football. He just outruns the Heritage defense.
Oh, yeah, he got a little sliver. They got the blocks on the outside, and he just accelerated. 1st and goal at the 5, so the Mustangs are back inside the 10-yard line. 3rd trip tonight inside the 10. The first 2 times ended in a fumble and a turnover on downs. As flags come out yet again, and I think this time it was delay a game. Delay a game, and it's going to back it up to the 10-yard line.
Now Hackbarth has got the play clock right there in his windshield, but just didn't see it ticking down to 0. And Jacob, it's felt like every single time Grapevine gets into the red zone,
yeah,
it's a silly penalty that backs them up.
Yeah. It's been mistakes all over the field tonight. Speed option, they get the ball to Dunn. He makes a man miss, gets inside the 5, down to about the 4. Nice block, kick-out block by Brady Wagner that time. Opened the hole for Dunn. And again, I give credit to Heritage. Another good open field tackle. That's the 3rd touchdown saving tackle we've seen in this quarter. As this time again, it was a combination of Bryson Burgess and Madden Williams who made that stop. Gain of about 5.5 yards, so it's 2nd and goal now. Just inside the 5. They go power pistol this time with both Bell and Dunn in the backfield. 2 tight ends. Snap back, hand off to Bell, finding room inside the 5 and down to about the 1, maybe the 2. See where they mark it. They're going to mark him about the 1.5 yard line, so give him 3 yards. You know, it's interesting, going back a couple of plays ago on that 4th down conversion, Carradine got that big corner, but I thought he might have actually handed it to Bell, because if he had, Bell had a truck-wide hole that he would have had a good 20 yards himself if they had given it to Bell. 3rd and goal for the Mustangs, just inside the 2. Split backs with Bell and Dunn. Snap back. Hand off to Bell again. He's driving forward, and he's close. Let's see. It looks like they're going to mark him just short of. No, it is a touchdown. Bell's able to get the ball over the goal line, and the Mustangs are on the board as Connor Bell powers his way into the end zone for the first score of the night.
That speed option had the Colleyville linebackers worrying if he was going to go out to the edge, kick it out to Carradine, and instead they go inside to Bell on back-to-back plays. Grapevine's on the board.
Yeah, and Bell, JC, he was getting pulled down and basically was able to just lunge forward and get the ball on the goal line. Hayden Rhodes on for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 4:22 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Mustangs get on the board. It's 36-7. This is Mustang Friday night. The Mustangs get on the board after the 4th down conversion from Rondell Carradine. Connor Bell punches it in from 2 yards out. And the high, deep kick will go about 4 yards deep in the end zone for the touchback. And the Panthers will take over at their own 25-yard line. Well, if one thing we can say here in the 3rd quarter, the Mustangs have come out with a lot more fire and a lot more passion on both sides of the ball. The defense has forced a turnover. They've forced a punt. And the offense has, the offense, at least that drive, went 51 yards and actually got some things going offensively.
Yeah, it feels like a case of what could have been for Grapevine, because that fire came out from the very beginning, right? When they had an opening red zone possession, you wonder, and we wondered over the half, what happens if Grapevine gets that touchdown?
Yeah.
I don't know if it looks much different at all, but you keep that energy high, and it certainly feels like Grapevine's right in that game.
1st and 10 at the 25. They go 4 wide to start this possession. Pass is caught by Blewett. He gets out past the 30 on the little wide receiver screen. Going to end up being a gain of 7 yards on the play. That time it was Nicholas Wankombi who got the block on the outside to help Blewett get that gain of 7 on 1st down.
Curious to see how Colleyville's offense approaches this here in the second half. 4 minutes and ticking in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean,
seems like the full playbook's available.
2nd and 3 now. Snap back, handoff up the middle, and going to be really close for a 1st down. Looks like they're going to get just enough. They're going to mark him right at the 35, so a gain of 3 as Colin Bennett is back into the game. Good to see that he's not injured severely, back in the game after leaving on the last possession. Gets a gain of 3 to move the chains. They're kind of running no huddle but not tempo right now is Heritage. Staying in this traditional 4 wide. Not substituting, but they are taking their time. Snap back, play action. Ulrich looking to throw. Now he steps up, gets flushed, and fires one deep, and that pass is incomplete off the hands of his intended wide receiver, number 5, Hayden Golden. As that pass was a little bit tall, but he almost came down with it. I've been impressed tonight by Ulrich's ability to throw on the move as well, as he's really made some good throws when stepping up or being flushed out of the pocket.
He has had impeccable feel around the line of scrimmage. There have been a couple of plays where I wondered, he's going to run past the line of scrimmage, and then he literally just pulls up kind of on the border and throws. Hayden Golden, he'll tell you after the game he should have caught that.
2nd and 10 now at the 35-yard line. Snap back, play action. Ulrich gets pressured again and almost intercepted. And now we're going to get a penalty. I think we're going to get a roughing the passer on Major Hecht. Hecht hit Ulrich right as he threw, but the referee just dropped the flag, and I think they're going to call Hecht for a roughing the passer penalty. Let's see. We're getting a replay. I don't know what the penalty is for. He tackled him around the leg, so I don't know really what the penalty was for.
Well, they called a face mask against Grapevine.
On that?
Evidently. I didn't see what happened. The head ref dropped it at the side of where Ulrich went down, so I wonder if there was something after the play.
Oh, man, I don't know.
That's a sloppy one.
He literally wrapped up Ulrich around the legs right as he's releasing the ball. I don't see where the roughing the passer is on that play. But regardless, it's a 15-yard penalty out to midfield. Handoff to Bennett. He accelerates through the hole into Grapevine territory. Gets a gain of 6 down to the 44.
Yeah, you've got Devin Thomas is actually out of the ball game, limped over to the sideline with an injury. He may be getting ready to go back in right now, but you're missing a little bit of that power from the nose tackle spot. Colleyville runs it right up the middle.
Well, that's unfortunate about that personal foul because it was great pressure on the blitz, and it forced a bad throw that was almost intercepted again. 2nd and 4 now at the 44-yard line of Grapevine. 2.5 minutes to go. Handoff to Bennett, and he gets hit immediately. No gain as Leighton Towery came around the corner and just blasted Colin Bennett.
Replay's going to show you just how hard this hit was. Great pursuit by number 19 and a fantastic form tackle.
Officially no gain on the play. Sets up 3rd and 4 now. As Heritage makes a couple of changes. Gets the play call in. They're going to go 3 wide here on this one. Bennett still in the game. That tailback, they've got Graves as the H-back. Play action. Ulrich now trying to get out of the pocket. Fires one deep up the side, and it is caught out of bounds by Blewett as he went with his quarterback and ran a corner route from the slot, and Ulrich was able to find him at the Grapevine 17.
A little 8-on-8 crime there as Ryan Hamilton's been lost in coverage a couple times tonight on Blewett. It's hard to fault him, though. I mean, Blewett's got an offer from Texas Tech for a reason, a tremendous athlete, and the size, the ability to go up and box a defender out as well certainly doesn't help.
Well, and again, just another really good throw from Ulrich as he was getting pressured and flushing to his left and is able to just drop one right on target in front of the sideline. 1st and 10 at the 17. Kelleher gets the handoff this time. Going over the left side, powers his way forward down to about the 12 for a gain of 5.
There's Devin Thomas coming back in.
Checks in for Ty Hohenberger now. But again, we talked about how the Mustangs have come so close on so many plays, but Ulrich, or whether it's Ulrich or somebody else, just is able to just get that little extra step and make the play for Heritage.
Colleyville's had an answer almost every single time Grapevine's nearly made a big play.
2nd and 5 at the Mustangs 12. Snap back, play action. You're going for the end zone, and that's going to be incomplete as he was trying once again to hit Blewett. That time, I think that was Burns that was up to the task on the coverage. Tried to go to that back corner, and Burns just kept Blewett from getting to the ball there. Nice job by the coverage by Darion Burns.
Burns forcing Blewett wide, not allowing him to have that inside leverage, and that was ultimately what kept that from being completed.
Minute 5 to go here in the third quarter. 3rd and 5 now for the Panthers. They're at the Mustang 12-yard line. Again, they go with the 3 wide set. With Graves as the H-back. Kelleher in the backfield. Snap back. Play action. Ulrich fires one over the middle. It's high, and it is caught for the touchdown. Caleb Blewett once again. That time, Ulrich threw it up where Blewett could go up and get it, and Blewett went up, got it, and survived the hit as he went to the ground, and the Panthers are on the board once again.
Just nobody home in the middle of the defense for the Mustangs there. No deep safety. Obviously, you're in a goal line situation, but you still need safeties monitoring that center field, and Blewett able to take advantage. His 3rd touchdown catch of the night.
Extra point is up, and it is good. It's 43-7 Heritage with just under a minute to go here in the third quarter. This quarter brought to you by our friends at Classic Chevrolet. We'll take a break here on Mustang Friday night. The Panthers answer the Mustang touchdown with one of their own on a 75-yard drive. The last 12 of it going to Caleb Blewett from Luke Ulrich. And the kickoff is high but short. It is returnable, and it's caught at the 16 by Carradine. He's got room up to the 30, out to the 35, and still moving the pile forward out past the 40. Nice return by Rondell Carradine out to the 42-yard line.
Carradine's got just a special ability to burst through that hole. Actually fielded that like a ground ball. I think
almost.
That ball bounced.
It might have. It looked like it might have hit the turf. We're getting a view of it. He caught it right above his shoe tops at about the 14-yard line, 15-yard line, and ends up getting 27 yards on the return. Great job by Carradine. And give credit to the Mustang special teams unit. They had some good blocking on that return that time. So the Mustangs will take over at their own 42. This will probably be the last play of the third quarter here. Don't know really what the confusion is. The referees are conversing about something, having a little confab at the 42. Not really sure what it's about. Unless it's a clock. There it was. Okay, so it was a clock issue. The clock ran too long after the end of that play, so they're putting some time back on the clock.
Might get another play out of the third quarter.
Yep.
We'll see.
Connor Bell in the backfield here on this first down play, running a 2 receivers stacked on the far side of the field. Snap back, little quick wide receiver screen, and all over it is the Panthers defense. That is a phenomenal job. The pass was caught by Eckert, but coming up to make the stop that time was number 23, Jaden Hall. Just fought through the block and dropped him for a loss of 2 yards.
Made the tackle through a block in the back, too. I think had that play gone for any sort of a gain, Will Matheny was going to get called for a block in the back, but the official pocketing the flag over there with the loss.
2nd and 12 now at the 40. Mustangs spread it out, go 4 wide. Hackbarth drops back, fires one to the far side. Pass is caught by Burns, and he gets thrown out of bounds at the Grapevine 48. That's going to be a gain of 8 yards as we come to the end of the third quarter. So both teams score a touchdown in that third quarter. It's 43-7 Heritage as we head to quarter number 4. This is Mustang Friday night.
Compass Church is for you. Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
This is Mustang Friday night.
Compass Church is for you. Join us each week to experience great music, a message that applies to your everyday life, as well as programming for your kids and students to engage on their level. Learn more at compass.church.
Jacob Dedamore and Mitch Mason back here with you for the start of quarter number 4 from Mustang Panther Stadium in Grapevine, the 2023 edition of the Red Rail Rivalry, and it's been all heritage tonight as we go to the fourth quarter with the Panthers leading the Mustangs by a score of 43-7. The Mustangs have the ball at their own 48-yard line, facing a 3rd and 4, and they're going to come out of the timeout in the power pistol formation. Snap back to Hackbarth, handoff to Notes, a speed option to Carradine, and he's going to get brought down immediately. They played that very well, did the Panthers defense, as once again Bryson Burgess on the stop, read that from the get-go, and Carradine gets dropped for a loss of 2 yards back at the 45, loss of 3 actually, back to the 45-yard line. You know, that is an option play. That's the couple of times tonight I thought that time he could have handed that off to Dunn, and Dunn would have had a massive hole on the right side.
I was going to say, I think Dunn might still be running if he'd handed that off inside.
Mustangs will go for it at their own 45, 4th and 7. Wagner in motion, snap back. Hackbarth looking downfield. Now he steps up, and he's going to just try and run and get the first down, and he's going to be just short. He gets brought down at midfield. Another good open field tackle. That time, number 38, Darian Lloyd, the junior linebacker, made the stop, and the Panthers get the turnover on downs.
Good effort by Hackbarth. I mean, had the room to step up into the pocket, just better pursuit from the Colleyville defense.
Again, as we talked about earlier, I've been very impressed with the tackling ability of this Panthers defense tonight. Their tackling has been very much on point in this ball game.
It definitely has. It's eliminated a number of different drives that Grapevine has either looked like they were going to have or kind of cut down on some of those explosive plays. The Panthers have won in all 3 phases tonight.
So they take over at midfield, 1st and 10. Snap back, handoff to Kelleher up the middle, and he gets stoned right at the line of scrimmage by Leighton Towery and Tatum Evans and gets driven back. Actually, they're going to give him forward progress of a yard. Check that. That was backup quarterback Brody Weaver. The handoff was to Kelleher, but it looks like Luke Ulrich's night is done as the backup quarterback Brody Weaver, number 13, the sophomore, is in the game to run the offense here. Somehow they gave Kelleher a yard on that play. Little bubble screen. Tackle is missed and then cleaned up by Bryson Davis. Going to end up being a gain to the 45 of about 4 yards on the play. On the catch that time was number 16, Cash McMahon, the wide receiver. Nice job by Bryson Davis, though, on that play, cleaning up.
Sure. Yeah, good pursuit out there to the boundary. You know, just as impressed as we have been with Colleyville's ability to tackle, Grapevine has really struggled in that, especially in the secondary.
3rd and 5 now for the Panthers at the Mustang 45-yard line. Snap back, handoff up the middle. Nothing doing really for Kelleher. He gets dropped after about a gain of a yard as Major Hecht came off the edge and made the stop to set up 4th down. We'll see if, especially since they have some reserves in the game, see if Heritage decides to maybe go ahead and run their offense, but it looks like the punt team is going to come on.
Well, Grapevine's run defense has been really impressive.
It's been solid, yeah.
It certainly has. Colleyville has not dominated you on the ground. That was kind of the concern coming in. Both teams having had games where they rushed for over 300 yards. It felt like it was going to be a battle in the trenches. Colleyville's really won this game through the air. We talked about Ulrich hadn't had to run the football down.
Snap is back, and Eckert punts it, but it's sideways and goes out of bounds after only a 5-yard punt. That one was really mishit by Ryan Zuckert. He's the backup punter for this team. Normally it is the quarterback, Luke Ulrich, who does the punting duties, and that time only a 5-yard punt to the Mustang 39-yard line.
Don't know that Ulrich's job as the first-string punter is going to be threatened off that.
No, don't think so. You are correct, though, about the ground game of Heritage. I mean, Colin Bennett has popped a couple of runs tonight and has looked pretty solid, but most of the damage has been done through the air, including Kelleher throwing kind of off schedule as well. Or not Kelleher, Ulrich throwing off schedule. 1st and 10 at the 39, snap back to Harrison. He gets flushed, rolling to his right now, looking for somebody to throw to, and then just throws it away once he was outside the pocket. Nobody downfield that was open. He did a good job of getting away from the pressure that time to avoid the sack.
He had Wagner at 2 different opportunities. One right out of the line of scrimmage. The first time he kind of pumped and looked for someone off schedule, but wasn't able to find his tight end on either occasion. Just has to send it into the bench.
2nd and 10. Mustangs have the ball at their own 39. Dunn in the backfield to start this play.
I think Grapevine only has 10 players.
Now Carradine is going to join them in the backfield, and now a timeout is being called as there was confusion. Carradine wasn't sure if he was supposed to be in the slot or in the backfield on that play, and Coach DeBest goes ahead and uses his second timeout. We talked about the other big game tonight in this district. It's in Fort Worth ISD, and we had I'm looking for it again right now. We had a halftime score of 14-6. Arlington Heights was leading. Oh, that's why the thing changed on me.
It's it still says it's 14-6 at the half. I doubt they're still at the break.
Yeah, doubtful. But yeah, Arlington Heights was leading ODY at 14-6 at halftime over in Fort Worth. I think that game was over at Farrington Field tonight. Those were the other 2 1-0 teams in this district, so we'll see how that one turns out. That'll have a significant impact as far as not only standings but positioning for the 4 playoff spots in this district. Grapevine obviously going to fall to 1-1. Heritage going to move to 2-0 tonight. After the timeout, 2nd and 10. Out of the pistol, they go option. They pitch it to Carradine. He's got blockers out in front, but he slips and falls. As he was trying to make his cut, he was going to cut behind the block, I think, of Will Matheny on the outside, and it looked like the blocking was there, but as he tried to make his cut up the field, he just slipped and fell.
That was going to be a big game.
It was.
Carradine. The turf monster comes up and gets him. I kind of wonder what else is going to go wrong for Grapevine tonight.
Yeah, there was a big gap. That was one of those plays that if Carradine doesn't slip, he might have scored with his speed. 3rd and 9 now. Snap is back. Pass to the far side. Caught for a first down. Nice throw and catch by Will Matheny on the slant. Nice throw from Hackbarth right on target. Moves the chains down to the 45 into Panther territory. Gain of 15.
Great read by Hackbarth there, just throwing it right over the head of a blitzing edge rusher.
Two backs in the backfield out of the pistol with Hackbarth. Snap is back, hand off to Dunn, trying to find room for the middle, finds a little bit, going to get about 3 yards to the 42 before he gets stacked up and brought down. Like number 34, Ian Muniz on the tackles. There's some reserves in the game for Heritage on defense now as well.
And the biggest thing that you want if you're Colleyville now is just to get out of here with health. Obviously, Grapevine would like that too, but I think you're also trying to find some things to take into next week.
2nd and 7, snap back to Hackbarth. Fires one to the far sideline, caught by Wagner, and he'll get the first down. Nice little out route from the tight end position. Gets knocked out of bounds at the 34. That'll be a gain of 8 and move the sticks.
Colleyville playing some off coverage now, so Hackbarth able to operate that short to intermediate passing game with relative ease.
Landon Dressel, the sophomore linebacker, on the stop, but the Mustangs get the ball. 7.5 minutes to go in the ball game. 1st and 10. Snap back to Hackbarth. Passes once again caught by Wagner, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds. Actually, they're going to keep the clock running. He's going to get dragged down at about the 27-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 for Wagner. Cut right behind Darius Burns on that play. Going quickly, hand off to Bell. He's got a first down inside the 20. Nice strong run as they go tempo that time and get it down to the 17-yard line. That'll be a gain of 18-yard line and gain of 9 for Connor Bell.
Love the tempo from Grapevine right now.
They're going tempo again. Again, a handoff to Bell. He's got room inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5.5 for Connor Bell. They've kind of got the Heritage defense on its heels again. They've made a lot of substitutions on defense, and they kind of got them on their heels now. We're going to go ahead and call that 6 down to the 12-yard line. 2nd and 4 for the Mustangs. Dunn checks back in. At tailback, they go 4 wide here on this play. Hackbarth fires one towards the end zone, has a man, and it's almost intercepted. He was trying to get Darius Burns, and I tell you what, that was a really nice adjustment to the ball by senior Alex Burke, number 19. That pass looked like Burns was open. The pass was going to get there, but at the last second, Burns just turned his body and got his hands up on that ball and almost picked it off.
Yeah, that ball needs to be thrown to the back shoulder towards that far pylon, and just didn't get enough air underneath it for his man to go up and get it.
3rd and 4 now for the Mustangs at the Panther 12-yard line. And we're going to have another pre-snap penalty.
It's another miscommunication on what the snap count is.
Yep.
I don't know what the deal is, if it's the center's not snapping it or the rest of the offensive line is just kind of not on the same cadence, but another pre-snap penalty hurts the Mustangs.
They'll back it up to the 17-yard line, makes it 3rd and 9. Snap back to Hackbarth. He's going to fire one towards the end zone. That pass is just a little bit too tall. The coverage was right there as he was trying to get it to Darius Burns again, but really good job on the coverage that time by Jaden Hall, the junior, number 23, as he was step for step with Burns.
Well, 4th down gives you a chance to think about these scenarios later on in the season. You need a 4th down play near the goal line. 3's not an option. What do you call up? They've tried to throw 2 fades on back-to-back plays. Neither of them executed all that well. I wonder if they go back to the well here.
4th and 9 for the Mustangs at the Panther 17-yard line. Snap back to Hackbarth. Blitz coming. He fires one deep towards the end zone again. That one is caught. Is he inbounds? No. They say he was out of bounds. That was Will Matheny. He made the grab. The official stared at it for a second before making the call, saying he was out of bounds. We'll get a look at it here on our replay, presented by Black Walnut Cafe. It was a good throw by Hackbarth. Matheny got there, had the catch. Tried to drag the feet, and it's hard to tell, but it looks like that toe came down just out of bounds as he made the catch.
See, when he catches it, he did have his right foot in bounds.
He was trying to drag the right foot as the ball came in, and as he made the catch, I think that right foot may have come up off the ground. 1st down handoff over the 20-yard line to the 21. Actually, that was a little catch that time by Kai Pruitt, who had got the ball. Gain of 4. Man, that's been kind of the story of the night. That's the 4th trip inside the red zone for the Mustangs tonight, and only 1 touchdown to show for it.
Listen, Colleyville Heritage is the best team in this district, right? You're not going to play another defense as stout as the Panthers, but still, you'd like to have a better hit rate, certainly in the red zone.
Snap back on 2nd down. It's a handoff coming around the left side to Bennett. He's going to get a couple of yards out to about the 23, 24-yard line. They'll give him 3, just under 5.5 minutes to go. Third and 3 now for the Panthers on their own 24-yard line. Just over 5 minutes to go. Weaver again in at quarterback on this possession. Snap back, play action. Weaver gets pressured. He's going to get hit and dropped right at about the line of scrimmage. He's able to spin away from one person in the backfield, but then Leighton Towery got around him and wrapped him up and took him down to the ground.
Grapevine defense hasn't stopped playing, and that, I think, is certainly admirable. You know, Grapevine statistically, they track effort on their different plays. I think the defense has turned in a very solid effort. Now, listen, you got to iron out some wrinkles in tackling and scheming, etc., but the motor has not slowed down no matter what the scoreboard says.
I'd agree with you there. They played a lot better here in this second half. Hadn't been mistake-free, but they played a lot better. This punt is away. It's a good one. That was a great punt, and it's going to be picked up at the 18-yard line, and the tackle is made. Jeez, there's that man again, number 20. Bryson Burgess is doing it on defense and special teams, and he's been doing it all night long as Thomas Powers. That punt sailed way over his head, and he picked it up basically to keep it from going any further and got wrapped up immediately. So the Grapevine defense, after the turnover on downs, does force the 3 and out to get the ball back to their offense. They'll take over at their own 16 after the punt. Four wide set here on first down. Hackbarth looks to throw. He's going to fire one out. That pass is caught by Matheny. Great catch again on the slant. Big gain out past the 35. They're going to mark him down at the 38. That's a 22-yard catch for Will Matheny.
Those inside breaking routes have been available here in the second half.
That was a great throw by Hackbarth right over the top of the inside defender. Nice catch by Burns on that little quick hitter. He's going to get brought down after a gain of 8 yards out to the 46. Tempo going for the Mustangs. Another little quick throw, caught. Going to be a first down. Wagner makes the grab just past the sticks at the 49. Mustangs lining it up quickly. Snap back, hand off to Bell. He gets wrapped up, ankle tackle just past the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a gain of about 3, maybe 4. Going to give him 4 to the 47 on the play. Ian Muniz, the senior linebacker, saved a much bigger gain with a nice ankle tackle.
They've got some Mustangs who I think would like a breather here. But I do like when they go that up-tempo route. I know that's not their normal cadence, but I don't know. It might behoove them to work some more of that in district play.
Snap back to Hackbarth. He steps up into the pocket, looking to throw. He does get rid of it, and the pass is caught. Nice job by Darius Burns to body off the defender and make the catch. He gets brought down right where he made the grab, but it's enough for a first down at the 36.
Good job by Hackbarth keeping his eyes down the field.
Gain of 11 on the play. Looked like he was going to take off and run, but then pulled up and fired it right over the top of the defender. Nice job by Hackbarth.
Sophomore linebacker was in his face as well.
Hand off to Bell, going around the left side. He's got room, blocking on the outside. He's inside the 30, down to the 25. Nice job up front, sealing the edge by the Grapevine offensive line and wide receivers. Will Matheny with a great block on the outside, and they spring Bell for 11 yards and a first. First and 10 as they line up, going tempo. Snap back at the 25. Pass over the middle, incomplete. Looked like he was trying to get Carradine.
Carradine got shoved before
he did.
That ball was even thrown.
Carradine got interfered with. There's no question about it on that one. I think the refs you have an officiating crew is like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
This fourth quarter, by the way, brought to you by our friends at GM Civil Engineering.
I think the officials, the crowd, everyone mentally ordering Whataburger after this one.
Second and 10 now at the 25-yard line. They go trips to the near side. Snap back. Hackbarth looking to the right side. Now he's getting flushed, rolling, trying to find somebody. Gets rid of it, and it goes out of bounds. Eckert was over there, but I think that was just a let's get rid of it and go back for the next play.
Ooh, and Hackbarth came up limping a little bit on that. Looked like he might have landed wrong in his ankle. Maybe he'll be okay, but laboring just a little bit.
Third and 10 now for the Mustangs. Checking in is Julian Contreras, who had some nice runs last week in the Northside game in the second half. Minute 36 to go here in this one. Mustangs just trying to get on the board again. Snap back. Blitz coming. Contreras picks it up, but then Hackbarth gets swallowed up anyway. That time they brought the pressure, did the defense for Heritage, and they got there as meeting at the quarterback with number 14, Landon Dressel, and number 31, Joe Rapolo. And they drop Hackbarth all the way back at the 32 for a loss of 7. Offense is going to go ahead and stay on the field because why not? Fourth and 17 at the Panther 32-yard line. 1 minute and counting here in the ball game. Landon Shaver is in at tailback on this play. Hackbarth drops back, fires one over the middle. It's caught. A lot of room to run inside the 15, down inside the 10, and down to near the 5-yard line. Boy, that was a nice design. They cleared everything out, and coming on a crossing route underneath was Ian Hatton, number 29. He made the catch and had a ton of green in front of him and gets all the way down to the 6.
Oh, it'd feel good if Grapevine can cap this game off, a disappointing game off, with a touchdown. Oh, no.
26-yard catch and run. Snap is dropped, but Hackbarth picks it up, fires into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Off the lunging hand of Wagner, and trying to see who that was down the end zone that almost caught it. It was Matheny. Almost caught it on the deflection.
Boy, good job by Hackbarth to corral that snap. Things started to move quickly.
Throwing on the run, the throw was a little bit behind Wagner, who stuck his paw up and tried to pull it in, but it couldn't get it. And Matheny almost got the deflection. 21 seconds left, 2nd and goal at the 6. Hackbarth takes a snap, throws one into the end zone, and that's overthrown. Look, he was trying to get Eckert on a back shoulder throw, but that one just kind of sailed on him. 3rd and goal now for the Mustangs. Got Darius Burns in the game at 1 wide receiver, along with Colby Eckert and Will Matheny. 3rd and goal from the 6, and another snap infraction. Rudolph is a sophomore. It's his first year starting at center. He's had some issues tonight. I think a couple of these is not so much a snap count thing. It's just he's getting down there, he gets set, and then he moves the ball.
Yeah.
He's done that 3 or 4 times tonight. So that backs it up to the 11-yard line. Snap back. Hackbarth looking, fires, passes, dropped. Darius Burns had that. It wasn't going to be a touchdown. He was only going to get maybe 5 or 6 yards out of that. But it would have made the 4th down a little bit easier. So one last shot here for the Mustangs to try and score. 4th and goal from the 11-yard line. Hackbarth takes the shotgun snap, and he fires one towards the corner of the end zone, and that pass is incomplete. Trying to get Matheny again on that fade route to the back corner, and Matheny just couldn't come up with it. And one kneel down, and we'll be done here at Mustang Panther Stadium tonight.
Nearly an amazing catch from Matheny, fighting through a defender, trying to work to that backside.
So the Panthers come out. They'll just take a knee as Ulrich actually comes back out onto the field to go ahead and take this kneel down with only 8 seconds left to go. And that will do it here for Mustang Panther Stadium, as tonight it was all Panthers from the start of the game. They took control of this game early, ran away from the Mustangs, and basically just kind of kept them at arm's length for the second half as they get the win tonight in the Red Rail Rivalry game by a final score of 43-7. not much else you could say tonight. You just tip your cap to the Panthers tonight, who came out and really just had the Mustangs on their, from after, once that fumble happened from Ian Hatton in that first drive, they had the Mustangs on their heels for the rest of the game after that.
Well, there's no doubt. Colleyville came out. They played a more physical game. They had a more complete game plan, and they made fewer mistakes. And I think at the end of the day.